what even is this week? It's that awkward week between the end of Christmas and the start of New Year. Like, what happens in this week? First of all, hello. Hopefully you've all had a lovely Christmas. Welcome back. It's the awkward week between the end of Christmas and the start of New Year when nobody wants to do anything. It's that kind of downtime, isn't it? I think it's cheese week. That's what it is. It's chocolate week. It's, oh, I've got all this food from Christmas. People have bought me all this stuff. You know, we've got all these leftovers. Let's eat all of them and just kind of zone out for a week. It's a collective, we all kind of disagree what we're doing. Some people are like, back to work straight away. Other people say, no, just stay in bed all the time. Just hang out, just chill out, just relax. It's fine. Some people, I mean, obviously I had to pop into town today, do a bit of shopping, catch the Christmas sales and stuff. And, you know, people are at work and I'm like, oh, okay, how's it going? And they look at me and they're like, I'm here. And I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot, sorry. My bad. Sorry. I've just realized that Yugi's hair is chroma keying out with the... It's yellow, but it very much picks up as green. And the jumper says it's time to Yule, but Yugi's hair... That's actually what I meant to do that. Now, some of you who caught the last Path of Exile stream may be noticing that I'm not playing the same character that I was before. That is because I discovered a problem with my Archer character, and the problem was they died a lot. Like they really died. So, new plan. All right, new plan. New plan is a minion build, and we've got, it's a little bit more survivable. All right, let me show you exactly what's going on here. I've got that minion, the carrion minion, that dude just there, which increases the strength of all of my other minions. I've got the electric golem, which does some electric-y damagey stuff, which I can have 2 golems, so I may as well have 2 of them. I've got one of the holy relics floating around me as well, and I've also got some skeleton boys, but I've got special boots, which mean that my skeleton boys don't actually ever disappear. The skeleton boys are kind of like permanent. So what I do is just summon 7 skeletons. They just kind of hang out with me as well. Now, if I hold right-click, that's when I just throw a load of flaming skulls, summon raging spirits at people, and get 20 of these going. But almost every single skill is linked up to summon phantasm support, which means when anything hits anything, it summons another minion, which also helps out. And because I've spec'd into the Guardian on the Templar kind of mini-spec thing, whenever I hit anything, I have a chance of summoning even more holy relics. And I can also press R to do my summon big boy. Now, my big boy lasts for 30 seconds, but is bloody brilliant. And that is... When someone said to me, it only lasts 30 seconds, but it's fantastic, I'm like, I can relate, all right? I understand. You know, you and me, same level. I'm picking up what you're putting down. Let's just have a quick chat of people. I know, absolute unit, that's what he is. And if I press, I think I've got it bound to Q, to Corpse Explosion, all of my minions get better. Anyway, what it means is, it means this. Hang on. Let's just find some enemies. It means run through and shoot lots of stuff. The game looks cool. I very much enjoy Path of Exile. I'm looking forward to Path of Exile 2 when it finally comes out. You can now access the Chamber of Sins level 2. Right, cool. Got to find the second level of however the hell we get there. Let's do the Viridian Wildwood. So the reason I changed from my Archer was simply because I was dying so much with my Archer that I couldn't really afford to get into any fights or risk anything. But with these guys, I just keep summoning things, throwing flaming skulls at the enemy, and my little army of minions kind of do it all for me. Pretty Shrimp, good evening to you. How are you doing today? Welcome to the stream. Hopefully you had a lovely Christmas. Haven't spoke to you for a while. I'm hoping you're doing all good. I wanted to summon and picked the Witch. You tell me the tanky guy can also summon things. So pretty much any class can summon things, provided you have the right, skills and levels to do it. I went with the Templar just because I enjoy having both strength and intelligence as part of the build. So yes, I've gone for super tanky. Now you'll also notice, if you're a Path of Exile kind of fan or a player, or you know what to look for, that my energy shield is really high. If I move the chat box very slightly, you guys should actually be able to see that my energy shield is 1,500. That's because I'm wearing a very special body called the Ghost Writhe. which gives 50% of my maximum life over to my energy shield. And then everything else is about, you know, rebuilding the energy shield really bloody quickly. Josh not playing his iconic, between RuneScape, not even wearing my iconic shirt and waistcoat. It truly is a Christmas miracle. That's what I'm here to give you. And just to make sure that because this stream is seeming a little too professional right now. It's a little too good. So don't you worry, I've got a bit of jank going on. I've made sure that I'm using a green mug. Now these skulls, they only last for 8 seconds, but my god, do they do some hitting. They really, truly do. So these skulls are hitting incredibly quickly. And I can summon 20 of them pretty fast. And they even attack off-screen. So as long as I keep using the Destroy Corpse to buff my own minions, whenever I run into enemies, I will just... You'll see. If you look along the top of the screen, each of those squares is effectively a minion. Ah, we've unlocked the second lever of the Chamber of Sins. Hey Josh, gave your Diablo Immortal video a shout out in the video. Oh, thank you very much, man. I recently watched about the fighting game monetization. Hey, that's absolutely fine. That's what things are there for. That's how everything works together. That's how knowledge gets spread. If you believe you've made something that is valuable to the audience and you think something that I've said before can add to that value, then absolutely, that's what it's there for. I mean, that's the collaborative effort that we all want. So these little skulls doing their little smacky smacks. Look at them. Look at how good they are. I love them. The great thing is, I don't even need to be on the screen for the battle to happen. It just does happen. And everything is about making minions attack faster, making minions hit quicker, increasing their cast speed, increasing their attack speed. It's a remarkably tanky build, to be fair. Poison, Summon Raging Spirits is my favourite, but I've not gone with Poison. I haven't used Poison. I've mostly just used really fast attacks. I'm pretty much speccing into physical damage. I'm choosing any kind of flat physical boosts. See, I just send off my minions over there now. We open this strongbox and then... Look, things just get deleted almost immediately. Another strongbox. We open that, teleport away. Oh, whoa, 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 nearly died there. That was... Oof. That was very close. So if something can burn through my energy shield, that's a problem. Like as soon as my energy shield's gone, I've got very little actual health regen because pretty much all my health regen goes onto my energy shield. Am I following a build? Nope. I am just picking anything that I think works. There's a reason that I'm not following the builds. It's because I'm not intelligent enough to understand what the hell they're on about. When they're like, oh, pick this and pick this and pick this and pick that and choose this and go with this ascendancy and choose this instead and make sure you spec into this and you're using this thing, and I'm like, yeah, that sounds good. I'm just going to choose the one that says minion do more good hit. That works for me. That's kind of exactly what I need going on here. That's keep it simple, stupid. You know, you got to keep it YouTuber dummy simple for me. I don't want anything too complicated. We're just going to go, yeah, more minion, more hit, more good. That's it. We're keeping it very basic. Very basic. Don't be complicating things for me. I'm not going to be able to pick up on it. You're intelligent enough. The game is just really complicated. I'll take that. Oh, we've got bloody Drongo as well. Good evening to you. Hopefully you are well. I've realised that I've chroma keyed out my cup as well. I mean, that's the great thing. You miss less of the game. See? You miss almost none of the game. I should just wear an all-green jumper sometime, be a floating head. I had a chat earlier with one of the Path of Exile streamers, Scissoran, I believe, the actual really, really, really good dude. Yeah, he came to me for some advice. He's like, Josh, yo, listen, I need you to give me some advice on my PoE build. And I'm like, hey, not a problem. Don't worry about it. I'll sort you out. You and me will sit down, we'll have a chat. You know MMOs. I've heard you discuss them a couple of times. What is a good MMO for exploring and finding things that makes you go, wow, that looks magical? Honestly, almost any of them will do that. It depends what you want from the magic, as silly as that sounds. Because in RuneScape, the most basic helmet can be incredibly magical because when you look at it and pick it up, you're like, oh my god, this is actually a huge, big increase. Whereas in games like any of the kind of Korean MMOs, you might have something that is actually practically terrible but looks incredible. You've got Lord of the Rings Online. That's a really good one from it. You've got Just going to keep popping these corpses because they give me huge boosts when I do that. Oh, I don't need the hideout. I think I've already got all the hideouts. I will explain my build at some point to people who actually... Because, I mean, that just that deleted. That did. These guys just give up as soon as I attack them. I'm throwing so much damage out so quickly. I mean, Guild Wars 2. Guild Wars 2 is a great one, finding things that look magical. I think Guild Wars 2 is one of the few games where if you've put a load of effort and a load of time into building up your kind of epic equipment, by the time you get it, it holds its value for a long time. It's really good that way. There's a secret passage over there. I'm going to try and find it. Got stuck on a spot, don't want to farm trash, get back on the story quest. So Lord of the Rings Online, I think, was better than it had any right to be. It was a well-made MMORPG, without a doubt. Am I doing a video on the second Golden Sun? I will do eventually. I've got a lot of videos to still make on a lot of games. A lot of people have asked me for a lot of things, so eventually, yes, but I can't say as and when and how soon it will be. I've taken a bit of time away from video creation just to kind of enjoy... I mean, Christmas, and enjoy playing games for a little bit. That's why there's not been a video out for a while. A friend of mine loves seeing the damage numbers. I just enjoy hitting the enemies. And both styles are perfectly valid. Yokai, good evening to you, and Fonzie, hello there. How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Hopefully we're all well. Have any of you got any cool things for Christmas? Did any of you get some amazing new PC parts for Christmas? Are any of you watching this on your brand spanking new PC that Santa brought? Is that a thing that's happening? Let's pop. Now, the Wildwood, the little thing that we're in now, you can always find the King of the Mists eventually. The kind of boss for it. And what I've been told is one of the best ways to find the King of the Mists is to ignore the sparkle trails and actually go the other way. So I'm kind of ignoring the trails on purpose and seeing what unless I bump into like a massive amount of gold like this, and I'm trying to see what I can find all around the place. Oh, here we go. That's good. This is bosses. Bosses are good. Keep throwing in a load of... What the hell? That was just an immediate death. That's not fair. What killed me just then? That was insane. Now, you say that you have to be level 81 to reach the King of the Mists, but I have fought the King of the Mists on my archer who was only level 71. On level 71, I did find it. I don't think I found the powerful version of him. I think I just found a version, but I definitely found a version. And I did win, but I just won by mostly running around, to be fair. The area level not... Oh, area level not character level. Right, gotcha. Okay, cool. I'm picking up what you're putting down there. I'm also... Oh, I changed my Wildwood specialization because the one that gives you just straight up more inventory space is just better. Like, I mean, I know that it's not better statistic-wise, but just having this inventory extra is just so much better. Hey Josh, it's New Year and I am thankful for finding your channel. Well, thank you very much. Welcome to the stream. Love your humor and really good insights. I love the mass murder of MMOs. That's more of a side thing that happens. It's never the primary focus. It just kind of happens. Have you ever played Terraria? Bits, but not enough to be considered like an authority on it at all. Ah, the mirror. So could someone explain to me what the hell this mirror kind of dimension is? Because whenever I go into the mirror dimension, all I do is just run through as fast as I can, popping all these mirror things. And if you don't do this fast enough, a little timer pops up and it's like, no, you didn't mirror fast enough. So what is this? Could someone who's better at the game just explain what the hell it is to me? Because I'm just running through, killing everything. You get rewards the more you kill. Okay. Well, we're popping all these open. We'll come back and grab some more at some point. You can see the minion build is slightly stronger than anything else I had going on. It's a little bit quicker. Moves a bit faster. We get the get these going down. Get the little... I am wearing some boots that scared me when I first found them. It said, you can only summon one skeleton. And I thought, oh, that's a little bit bad. But then I realized it meant you can only summon one skeleton at a time. Zesh, that's very kind of you. Thank you very much for the subs. That's remarkably kind. I have leveled up, but I need to really focus on just absolutely rushing this right now. So give me a second. I'm just running as fast as I can and exploding all the corpses. We'll go back and pick up things eventually. But right now, I must just throw... Oh, more cluster jewels. They're good, aren't they? Large cluster jewels are normally decent. Not quite sure if I'm doing this right, but... Alright, cool. We killed some stuff, and now do we just loot just pop up here? That's a decent amount of loot, I'll take that. Anyway, cool. Go over the dungeon with a Hoover. Yes. SRS is a spell gem, so it gets stronger with gem level. That's why it's easier to get stronger and beginner friendly. So, because it's a spell gem, even though it's the minions that hit, does it also count from spell damage? Or... Because one thing's saying it increases spell damage. Does that increase the damage that the skull hits? It doesn't, does it? Because the skull itself is a minion doing the actual hit. The spell is summon the skull, and then the minion is do the hit. I think that's right. It only scales a minion. That's fine, because at the minute, if we go to MISC, my minion damage modifier is plus 372%, which I think is quite high. I think that's decent. I'm sure we can get it higher. I'm sure we can make it even more powerful. But right now, that to me is good. I don't really know what I'm looking for out of any of these things, to be fair. I think all I need, if anything, is more uniques. Not because they're better, but because I'm a bit of a unique whore. And I just like them. I think they look better. There are special bases for minions, like ones... so I've actually got the... I've got the shield, the Ivory Spirit shield, which is giving me way more minion damage, which is decent, so I'm happy with that. And I've got a wand, which also gives more minion damage. I was using the Poet's Pen, and I had the Summon Raging Skull gem within the Poet's Pen, and I was firing that off quite fast, but it just didn't really... It didn't gel well with what else I was trying to do. Now we picked up a couple of cluster jewels down here, so let's see what we got. Adds 11 passive skills. 2 added passive skills are jewel sockets. That's pretty good. Added small passive skill grants 10% increased spell damage. Oh, that would be useful if I was just casting actual spells. That's decent, though. I'll take that. That's pretty good. Oh, your inventory. Yeah, see, okay, look, I'll admit. Last stream, someone donated, I think it was 10, 15 quid, and they said, buy some bank tabs, and I did. Let me just have which one was this one? Cool, adds 12 passive skills, 2 passive skills are jewel sockets, could be useful, could be good. Added small passive skills grants increased fire damage. 1 added passive skill is disorienting display. Not quite sure what that does. And the other one is Smoking Remains. I don't know what either of those things are. What was the other one? Added passive skill, 4% increased mana regeneration rate and regenerate 1% of life per second, and Conjured Wall, whatever the passive skill is. I'm guessing it's some kind of like... Oh, it shows to the left. Sorry, I was reading the thing on the right. Only Trails is raiding with a party of 162. Only Trails, good evening to you. Merry Christmas to everyone from Trails' stream. Hopefully you guys have had a lovely time. We're in that awkward week between Christmas and New Year. No one's quite sure what happens in this week. Like, we don't know. It's Christmas is done. Christmas is finished. New Year, we're planning, but everyone's full of cheese and chocolate, and nobody wants to watch the TV, and everyone's been forced to interact with their family, which is not the greatest, but yeah, everyone's just kind of hanging out now, just kind of relaxing, doing their own thing. It's that time bubble, isn't it? It's that weird kind of time loop thing between the end of one holiday and the start of another. We're in the time bubble. I found him recently. We've been watching Josh for... Thank you. I appreciate that. New Year's waiting room. Trails, it is indeed New Year's waiting room. Hopefully, everyone's had a good time, though. Welcome. How did your stream go, man? Whatever you were streaming. I'm going to guess RuneScape, but I might be wrong. Do I start working hard on January the 1st or 2nd? I try and avoid working hard as much as I possibly can, to be honest, but if people demand that I do some work, it'll probably be in the next couple of days, and then I'll just push through. Oh, by the way, we've got a skill point. So I am pretty much throwing the skill points onto minion damage. I'm sure there was a minion damage one over here that I had. I've got all the minion damage there. I've built up the minion damage here. I should probably get a large dual slot. That's probably a good idea. I've also got another minion offense mastery. Because I've got so many flaming skulls, people that are good, that looks complicated. It kind of is. So the Path of Exile skill tree is scary complicated. But the great thing is that you can ignore the vast majority of it using the search function. So let's say that all I care about is powering up my minions, because I'm using a minion build. It's mostly just I'm summoning things and things are doing stuff for me. So if I just search minion in the little search bar, anything to do with minions now just starts flashing. Now you'll notice that there's very few flashing things down here. You've got a couple, but mostly this is empty. But you look over here, oh, we've got a couple more flashing things going on, especially over here that I haven't spec'd into. Now this is, okay, cool. Damage, if 14% increased damage if you have consumed a corpse recently. I'm not really building into a necromancer build that much. Minions have increased life. Minion damage over here. We're going to get stuff up here. So then you just kind of follow to wherever the flashing thing is. That's the best way to do it. The search feature is the single biggest game changer for a new player, without a doubt. Without a doubt, absolutely. The search feature truly is big. But you'll notice the basic dual socket just there that I could go for. There's a large dual socket over there that I've got a ghastly eye in already. I could... Oh, hang on. Death Attunement. +1 to maximum number of spectres, zombies, and skeletons. I am using skeletons, so you know what? Let's throw that in there. Let's apply the point just there. Now let's go back. You'll see in the top left-hand corner, I've got the skeleton up there. Let's summon my 7th one. There he is. And then one more. Boom. Little eight skelly boys all following me around. Now, normally the skeletons would die. After enough time, the skeletons would die. But I have got these boots. Alberon's Warpath. 16% increased strength, more chaos damage to attacks, some armor, but what I care about is summon skeleton warriors are permanent and follow you. Summon skeletons cannot summon more than one skeleton warrior. Now, I thought that meant you could only summon one skeleton warrior and have it with you. It doesn't mean just one, it means one at a time. So normally the summon skeletons skill raises 2 of them at a time. This just raises 1 at a time, but it's still really good. So the build is this. Pretty much just my minion army does things for me. All I do is summon skulls. See these flaming skulls here that I'm summoning like crazy? They last 8 seconds, and if they find an enemy, they will just rush at the enemy and explode. Which I love. I think it's great. Have I seen the falling zombie skill? I've seen the gem, but I haven't actually used the skill yet. Isn't that where you drop a zombie from the sky onto the enemy? Because I'm going to be real, I'm here for it. That sounds like a great skill. I would get that. I'm very, very excited about that skill. Just Escaper says, great voice. Thank you. It's all I've got going for me. I try and lean very heavily into my strengths while ignoring all of my weaknesses, which is mostly the gameplay. If you can ignore... Like when people come over to this stream, they're like, oh my god, are we going to see some good gameplay? I'm like, oh, no. But you will enjoy the commentary. That's what we're going to go for here. That's really what I'm pushing toward. The falling zombie is not very good. It's not about whether... It's not about winning. It's about sending a message. And you won't kill the boss by dropping a zombie on its head. But it would be funny to drop a zombie on the boss's head. And I think that's more important than winning in many ways. I'll talk you through all the minions that I've got going on. Oh, hang on. Have we discovered a boss or have we discovered... Oh, it's another one of those... It's just another one of the regular shop things. There is meant to be a rares trader or a unique trader that just kind of pops up around the place every now and again. But I can never seem to find that dude. I think you need to be on a very specific high-level map to get it. How much longer is this league? A couple of weeks. And then after the league, I'll probably go and play Path of Exile 2 when it actually pops out. The trader is super, super, super rare. Okay, so can the trader... I've heard that there is a good item called Mage Blood. I don't know too much about the game, but I've heard that Mage Blood is decent. I think they do apparently drop that at some point. So, let's work out why Mage Blood is so good. I'm going to correct me if I'm wrong here. Normally, when you drink a potion, it applies kind of some passive benefits to you. Mage Blood constantly applies those benefits, but you can't drink potions. Is that pretty much what it is? Strongest item in the game. It just gives you an absolute ton of passive stuff. Now, you'll also notice at the top of the screen, I've got way more of these things than I should have. Far too many holy relics. That is because of one of the passive abilities of my path. I'll see if I can bring it up here. We can chat through why it works and see what it does. This one just here. 20% chance, 25% chance to trigger a level 20 summon elemental relic when you or a nearby ally kill an enemy or hit a rare or unique enemy. And because of the minions counting as my allies, whenever anything hits a boss, there's a 25% chance I'll summon a totem, and the totem just has like good passive buffs. So it, oh man, it applies. It applies a lot. It is fast and powerful. Hang on, who's that? JoshStrifePlays. I appreciate the fact you've got that name. Karui spirits guide us on uncharted ground. Pantheon, grant blessings against harm. In the atlas of worlds may loot abound and bosses yield. O gods, guide our steps in this treacherous journey as we seek purpose and ascend. Rayclast, in your embrace, grant an adventurous life. So mote it be. Thank you, JoshStrifePlays. I appreciate that you wrote all of that out. We've all had it's all been a better day for it. Mage Blood is the best belt in the game because utility flasks are very strong. Yeah, so I found a utility flask. It was a unique and it gave 40% additional damage, which seemed pretty high. But that seemed good. It's on my archer at the minute, but I'll probably switch it over to this dude because that seems decent. Only applies to magic flasks. God damn it. Hot Form, good evening to you. There is another belt called Headhunter. Yeah, that was another one that people have been talking about. Now, I'm playing on solo self-found, so even though I've got, and I don't mean to toot my own horn here, but even though I've got a divine orb thing, I don't know what to do with it. I can't spend it. I don't... Oh, kill this dude. Okay, cool. So I'm just going to summon everything I've got, and then we'll see what happens when we just throw everything at this guy in one go. Done. That was the boss. That was the fight. I mean, you might think, Josh, that was just 20 flaming skulls smacking a boss ridiculously fast. Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. That's what we do here. So if I go to Misk, minion damage modifier plus 372%. Now that actually goes even higher. When I cast a skull, it goes to plus 400%, which is decent. I'm okay with that. And there's a minion attack speed modifier somewhere. I can't see where it says kind of minion attack, but the minion attack is very fast. It's very fast. Why am I not wearing a vest? It's Christmas. It's a Christmas treat for all of you. Hey Josh, been a while since I last saw you. Have you been lifting or something? Thank you. I have been trying to get there. So I've moved house, which is one of the most complicated things to do. Just the amount of paperwork and the amount of companies and people that consider themselves absolutely 100% essential in the process of moving house, who are just not. They're just not that essential. Like, hang on, we'll go with that buff just there. Buff off to the Northern Forest. He's wearing a vest under the jumper. God, I would melt if I was. But no, I moved house and I've tried to find a way to set the running machine up and a way to set the... Hang on, there's a dude attacking me, but my skeletons are just doing nothing. Just kind of hanging out. Maybe summon one skull. It's a good build. Can I not just pay you to read some bedtime stories? Absolutely. I'll do it. What do you want me to read? I'll read anything. I've just stuff around the room. Ideal for solid, hollow, or painted walls. Warning. Do not hang over beds. Do not use wallpaper, vinyl surfaces, or other delicate or weak surfaces. Command brand. Ideal. See? That's just anything. We'll just pick some stuff up. We'll pick some stuff up and we'll do that. You have 1 min invincible buff when you load into a new map. Oh, I see. Right, cool. Can I pay you to read me bedtime stories next to my bed? Yes, that's a very high tier on the Patreon/OnlyFans, but I'm sure I'll add it there eventually. You missed my zinger, Liv. Hang on, I've got to go back now. I've got to go back. Vern, did you say, is it Yule time? Well, I think you'll find that the actual jumper says it's time to Yule on it. You know, already thought about it. It's already there. But no, we have a lot of new people in the chat. Good evening to all of you. Hopefully you are well. Hopefully everyone had a lovely Christmas. Anyone who's not been here before, I mostly make YouTube videos about MMORPGs, or the second channel, JoshStrifePlays, where I review classic video games, the PlayStation 1 era, N64, early PC kind of stuff. I very much enjoy doing that. So whenever I stream, it's not super high-level gameplay. Whoa. You're not going to get incredibly high-level gameplay. In fact, you're going to get me just throwing stuff at things. There's a unique. Get it? I can't get it. It's too much stuff. Throw that sword away. Get the unique. Don't care what it is. It's a unique. Therefore, it is better. Like, I don't even care if the stuff that I'm picking up is better. All I care about is the fact that it is unique stuff. I'm an absolute loot goblin for that kind of stuff. But no, the streams that we have are mostly about talking. The game in the background, very much a kind of extra thing. The talking, the chat, just the communication, that's what it's really about. Your build is doing great right now. It's not doing terribly, is it? It's doing okay. So we get 8 skeletons. We've got, oh, hang on, one of my golems had died. And then we get you back. And where's my other golem, which was you? You're there as well. We've got Big Boy. All right, cool. Now we've got everything. Now we just need a few more of you. We've got the Holy Relic going around as well. What was the staff that we got? The Storm Heart. 98% increased physical damage, adds cold, adds lightning, 50% chance to shock. Don't know if it's good or not, no idea. It'll go in my uniques tab, which I will slowly fill up like a little goblin. Caught up on the retro gameplays, great job on the videos. Oh, thank you very much, man. I really do enjoy, I very much enjoy reviewing retro games. I enjoy playing MMORPGs. I enjoy all the content I make. It just takes a long time to do it, and because of the moving house thing recently, I kind of prioritized, you know, setting the house up before I was able to get back to really fully focusing on content creation. But content creation should return pretty darn soon. Okay, so I think we just opened a huge area down here. Oh, yep, forest cache. So this is a big area. Forest caches normally have good stuff in them. I only really care about uniques because the orange and gold make the brain do the happy chemicals. As soon as they explode, I'm like, yeah, there we go. I like the bad MMO reviews. Oh, there'll be many more, don't you worry. We've got so many more bad MMOs to come. It's the amount that is made is ridiculous. Am I happy with my setup? So it's going to take a couple of months until I'm finally happy with the house in general, all the stuff, you know, finding places for where all the bowls and plates go in the kitchen, that kind of stuff. But in general, the room that I'm streaming in right now, really happy with. In fact, I bought one of those IKEA Kallax units. In fact, you know what? I feel really called out. Okay, like genuinely really, really called out. I was having a chat with, you know how I've explained before that I have this thing where I will just message people that kind of I watch as well, and we'll talk and we'll have a chat. Well, I messaged a guy called Guru Larry, who does the Game Facts videos on YouTube. I don't know if you guys have seen Guru Larry before, but I like his stuff. He's the one that always starts his videos with, hello, you, and then he goes on and just like 5 bad developers that did bad things or something like that. He's got some good stuff. I enjoy it. So I sent Guru Larry a message, and I'm like, hey man, love your stuff. Just wanted to say, you know, big fan of your work. I know that we're both based in England. It'd be really cool to hang out and chat sometime. And he was super cool. You know, we ended up chatting for a bit. But what happened was, while I was making the house, I was getting ready. Sent Larry a message. And I said, oh, Larry, I'm setting up my gaming room. And he replied, oh, wow, you're such a gamer. Have you bought one of those square box background things that every gaming YouTuber seems to have? And I'm like, oh, Larry, I don't appreciate being called out like that. But slowly, yes. Okay? Right now, it is mostly just board games. It is being used as board game storage and Warhammer. But it's the fact that he said straight away, have you bought one? And I'm like, yeah. Yeah, I have. Certified gaming moment. Now, what I will do is, so here's what happened. I bought one. It's full of the mug collection. Where's the mug collection? I've bought another one, okay? That one is pretty much just going to be mugs. I also bought little shelves that go in the IKEA Kallax box units that kind of divide it into two, so I can have 4 mugs displayed in each box. I've thought about this. It's there. Don't you worry. It's there. I'm sorry that I had to... Of course, Gamer uses a grid-based management system. I'm sorry. Look, I'm a RuneScape guy. Okay, I'm a RuneScape guy. As soon as someone gave me a Kallax unit, I'm like, fantastic. Okay, I need this to be 28 squares exactly, because then I know exactly where everything's going to go. I'm an RPG guy. If you tell me that I can organize things in neat little squares, perfect. That's how I've organized everything in my entire life. If only I could just slowly level up. I will show you my bank as well in Path of Exile, and you'll be really impressed with me, because some people were shouting at me to buy some bank tabs, and fine, I caved, okay? I bought some bank tabs, because I think that people say, oh, you know, it's a free-to-play game. I've been playing this game for the last week. I've probably put about 60 or 70 hours into it, which for a week is a lot. You know, that's a long amount of time to do stuff for. But the fact that I could buy a load of bank tabs for 15 quid, that seems good to me. Okay, what is this thing? This little green dot that appears on the map. It's like an underground boss thing. Is that what it is? It's like an underground boss thing. Because I'm seeing it go over here. What? God damn, that was a lot of damage taken very quickly. Abyss. Chase it and fight monsters. Okay, cool. So I died a lot. I'll just summon 8 skeletons back. And then I'll stick all of my passive everythings back on. I don't need mana. No one needs mana. Mana is for cowards. Okay? Let me just chase this back. And we'll fight it again. Wherever it was. Does it come back? I hope it does. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I see what I did wrong. I got way too close to it. There it is. There you are. Okay, that was it. That was everything. I think we've definitely killed everything that it had now. Do you get better rewards if you don't die? I'm assuming you don't die. Didn't understand. We're rude. I told her, oh, that's sweet. Hang on. Imana, let's just go through this. First streaming. Good evening, you excellent human. Thank you, Nutty Fox. Welcome. Hopefully you're having a lovely day as well. Can't wait for 2034 when I'm playing Path of Exile 5. Hey, PoE 2's coming out soon. We'll go for that. You know, soon. Soon.tm, as all of those games are always announced. At Christmas dinner, my cousin, roughly 25, this is a comment that I'm reading, not about me specifically, announced she had been doing a Twitch channel for about a year now. Oh, good on her. Well done. Some of the other adults didn't understand and were rude or didn't understand. Okay, rude. I get when people don't understand this job. I've had to explain it to my grandparents, and I basically just say it's like TV. I just say it's digital online TV. That's what it is. It's telly, except I'm the only presenter and I get to choose the background. That's it. And they're like, oh, okay, cool. And people watch you? And I'm like, yeah, for some reason they do. And then they kind of understand. I explain it's like radio. It's almost like when someone goes, oh, you just watch people play games. I'm like, mate, you're wearing a football t-shirt going to a football game. You're watching football on TV right now. You're just watching someone do something that you enjoy. It's totally possible to watch someone do something that you enjoy. It's just you don't enjoy games, so you don't think this is a real thing to watch. You can watch anyone do anything. Someone that, you know, berated me for watching a Twitch stream then just goes and watches EastEnders. And I'm thinking they are all just made-up entertainment-based things. Anyway, let's carry on with this comment. I told her, oh, thank you, like this channel. We talked about all the research and work. Yep, there's a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff. I'm glad I could see the Twitch journey and can relate. Well done. It's a Christmas gift. Hey, so people don't like what they don't understand. Fear is mostly about not understanding something. That's a really big one. If people don't understand stuff, they get scared of it. And what I think people hate is they hate the idea that Twitch or YouTube is just, oh, it's just people sitting there making money by playing video games. That's it. Open the trove, open the trove, open the trove. Is the trove still there? Hang on. You told me to open the trove. Where is the trove? Everyone is saying, oh, the Abyssal Trove. That's probably quite important. None of those are uniques. What are you on about? That was pointless. That was absolutely pointless. Why would you tell me to open a trove when there's nothing in it? You've wasted my time. Apart from the eye jewel, that's probably quite important. You've wasted my time. You've wasted your time. I get to play the game for you while you work. That's what it is. It's like telling you to stop wasting your time playing games when they're glued to the screen. Yeah, we want to see the unique collection. We'll get the unique collection, don't worry. Let's just... there was a jewel that I got somewhere. Where was the jewel that we picked up? God damn, that is a full inventory. We are going to head back to the bank. I'm 99% sure I picked up a jewel, but I can't see where it is now. Oh, hang on, it's still there because the inventory's full. I don't need that spirit shield. That can go away. Murderous Eye Jewel, 33 to accuracy rating. That's terrible. 120% full inventory. It is. It's a very full inventory right now. This jumper is very comfortable. Thank you for asking. May I suggest getting an item filter? You may suggest it and then I will not do it. Because item filters are for cowards. And I am not a coward. I've actually got a very full bank that I'm going to take you through right now. I'll move the chat into the center of the screen so we can talk about the bank tabs. Right. Tab number 1. I think this is pretty self-explanatory. This is stuff that can stack. Have you got charms in your Wildwood Ascendancies? Yes, I have. Right. Don't look. Some of you in the chat right now are getting a little bit on my... They're getting on my kind of case about this. Stop. There's organisation. Don't be sitting there saying there's no organisation. There is organisation. There is. Look, there's a search function. If I need a portal scroll, just type in portal scroll. There they are. Organised in the way portal scrolls should be. Anyway. So this is stuff that can stack. So if there's a little number to the top left of it, implying that it is indeed stackable in some way, it goes in here. This is full. Okay, that's fine. The second tab is over misc. This is kind of assorted, if you will. So we've got a couple of unique flasks. There's a shield there that I thought was quite cool. There's a space there that I'm not going to put anything in. There's a couple of jewels. This is miscellaneous. So stackable, misc. Tab 3 is other. Now you might think that other and misc are similar. There's also a couple of items in here like that axe and that cloak. These items down here are not unique, but they do have 6 slots on them, which I thought was good. So I'm keeping them. So we have stackable, misc, other, and then this is uniques. This apart from that ring. So this is a tab full of uniques. All uniques, including 2 of the same unique, because I refuse to throw any of them away. Then we have tab 5, which is also uniques. You know, I actually got some pretty good uniques here. See? We got some decent stuff. The Poet's Pen, that's a good one. We got some good stuff. If you see anything that looks good, let me know. I got the Clay Shaper Hammer, which is good for a minion build. That's good for the Golem build, but I'm not specifically using it. So if any of you see stuff and you're like, oh my god, that's great. So this is... Number 6 is gems. Alright, 6 is gems. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 are not used, apart from 9, which is... I don't remember what any of those were. Oh no, that was, I did the labyrinth, killed the boss, there's a stash at the end of the labyrinth, and I put stuff in that tab with the intention to withdraw it and sell it. But I haven't done that yet. So, let's go back. Tab number 1, stackable stuff. Let's see what else we can stack in. There's probably some stuff there that can stack. Yeah, see, we can stack most of these things. Yeah, that's great. Any of these things? Yep. Okay, number 2, which is misc. Can these stack? Nope, nothing there. 3, which is other. These can definitely be stacked in other. That's fine. Let me just stack some stuff. And 5, 6 was jewels. So we can definitely jewels and a socketed gem. Also a single orb of chance. That can go there too. Stackable stuff. Gems. Uniques go in number 5. That's a unique. What else was unique? Nothing else was unique. The Jeweler's Orb can go over there for the time being. And you go in number 6. It makes sense to me. Alright? I think this is very self-explanatory. And number 1, there was space. Sell, 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 sell. And once we've sold, we will have space again. And those items are in my little extra inventory, which can go here. And everything is fine. Hey Josh, how's the build coming along? Much better, thank you. Thank you very much for asking. Much better. I'll put the chat back to the side. You guys can see what's going on then, but way better. Josh, you can take tabs that are dedicated to a type of item. Yes, you can, but I haven't bought any yet. Sell stuff in tab 9. Ah, yes, I forgot that I had tab 9 specifically for stuff that was one day going to be sold. So we take stuff from tab 9 and we sell it. And that stuff then goes to my inventory there. Lovely stuff. He's doing this to hurt us. I would never do anything to hurt you. Don't pretend that I would. I would not hurt you. Why not buy the currency stash? That's a good question. I don't have a good answer for you, but it is a very good question. What's the little extra inventory? Oh, yeah. So the league mechanic this league, the Wildwood, is you get to choose one of 3 Wildwood ascendancies. And I went with the Primalist for the main reason of this one. Might of the Bear. 5% increased character size, and you get to equip a Wildwood rucksack, which has 20 extra inventory slots. Now, I understand that that's not going to carry over or be permanent, but that is the best possible passive. I don't care if another passive says you do literally double damage with everything. I'm still going for the 20 extra inventory slots. It is just straight up better than anything else. All in all, do I enjoy the game? Yeah, I do actually. I enjoy it more when I stop trying to be good at it and just start throwing flaming skulls at things. I enjoy it a lot more when I think, you know what, I'm just gonna see what's fun. Like, is this the best build? Dunno. Not sure. Do we have any kind of skill or phantasms? So phantasm, I don't think. Spectre is the word, isn't it? So Spectre is there. I don't think there are any other Spectre things that flash at all. I can't see any other flashing Spectre things. I'm going for a minion build, so pretty much anything that increases minion damage is what we're going for. That's how you approach wise. You've got to. Your damage is stacked tonight. You probably need some resist. Let's go for some armor. Let's go for energy. If we go for energy shield. Energy shield recharge is not interrupted by damage if recharge began. 40% less energy recharge rate. Potential. Eldritch battery. Spend energy shield before mana for skill costs. Energy shield protects mana instead of life. That would be terrible. That would not work for me, I don't believe. Because I need it to protect my life. Because I die very quickly because I have very little life. But we go for energy shield. Energy shield mastery. 15 to maximum energy shield, 10% shield recharge rate. We can go with that one instead. Any game I play, yeah. Builds are supposed to be fun. As long as they work. You should take Chaos Inoculation. Where's Chaos Inoculation? You'll be very squishy with... I don't want Eldritch Battery. No, we're going for kind of Energy Shield Mastery stuff down here. Don't take Inoculation. You may like... so I looked into minion instability. Like, I really did. I looked into minion instability, and unfortunately, because minion instability is when your minions reach low life, they explode, which is really useful. The problem is that I'm using Summon Raging Skulls, or Summon Raging Spirits. They don't ever actually reach low life. So if I was to take the instability, those spirits, they don't actually die. They get replaced or fade out. Minion instability only actually triggers when they die, when they lose health. Now, I could take Infernal Legion to light them on fire. I've actually got that. Inquisitor Alice, good call there. The problem is, Infernal Legion does 40% of their maximum health in fire damage per second, which means that my skulls only last about 2 seconds. And that's not long enough for them to get to wherever they need to get to do the thing. But I've also kind of built into the skulls hit so fast, and every hit is doing a little bit of electric damage, it's doing a little bit of physical damage. I'd rather go with just having 20 skulls constantly hitting. That's the plan. So let's see what else we've got for minion. Because I'm not doing enough damage yet. Oh, guys, question. I've got another minion offense mastery. Is it worth giving minions the penetrate 8% of cursed enemies' elemental resistances? Is that a thing that you need to do? No, take accuracy. Yes, says Heather. Should I go with Curse Elemental or should I go with 250 accuracy? Bearing in mind that I've got loads of minions. Am I cursing enemies? I am not. Ah, see, I thought that cursed enemies was like a status the enemy had, not I have to curse them. Accuracy so they don't miss. Take off the physical one. Take off minions overwhelm 20% physical damage reduction. So take that one off and instead put something else. You want accuracy later? You see what's happening, guys? What's happening is that we're getting drawn into that kind of path of exile, path of building, analysis paralysis thing. So the best thing is probably just to go for defense, take the first and easiest sounding thing. We're just going to go, because if we overthink this, we will break. And that won't work. 5% increase maximum energy shield mastery. There we go. More energy shield. Good. Is it the right choice? Don't know. It's a choice. It's been made. Everyone's happy. Give me this necklace. I will go with courage. Thank you for telling me to do this. What am I doing? Where am I going? Probably to the northern forest. Up to the top right. Too much opportunity to mess up feels hostile. You can go back and change it. Remember that you can go back and change things. That's absolutely fine. That's a thing that you can do. Let's just start popping some skulls and run around now. Now I can talk you through the build at some point about how and why it works. But what's important is that it does work. I will try and explain what I'm doing, because every individual decision I made total sense to me. And then I realized that I'd made a lot of decisions that might work together, might not, don't know. What happened to the bow guy? The bow girl died. Like a lot. And because the bow girl kept dying, I thought, hey, you know what would be better is re-rolling a character that doesn't do that. Because I discovered the reason I kept dying so much was because my character was really squishy. So instead, I also remember how we joked about calling that build, the Toxic Rain build, the politician build, because I was just not doing any work myself and getting everyone else to do it. This is even more of a politician build, because all of my minions are doing it for me. All PoE talents are trying to be a constellation or a simulated star chart that happen to be game talents. They are, pretty much. Let's just summon you. I do like this big boy. The big boy that I can summon, the big golden angry boy. Because they do a huge amount of damage. And I think they take some damage for me. They do a bit of tanking as well, which is great. Now, the only reason I will die is if there's like a massive, huge, unavoidable, one-hit, big death explosion, everyone in an area takes damage. Because that has happened a couple of times, especially in the Wildwood. Ooh, we got the Catalyst card. I don't know what card I'm specifically collecting, but I've got one Tabula Rasa card, and I think there is a wand that does summon raging skills. Are you following a guide? Nope. This looks too complicated. So ironically, it's actually more complicated if you follow a guide. It's less complicated if you understand that Path of Exile is not about building one character and playing them forever. It's about building lots of characters, and every time there's a new league, restarting. And it's very much built on embracing that. Like, you won't be great at it all the time. You will have a build that sucks every now and again. But that's okay. You kind of embrace that. And when you start a new build, a new league, you're like, okay, cool, let's give it a go. Let's try it again. Let's do something different. Like I built that Toxic Rain Archer build, which worked for a bit. Let's get the big golden boy back out. Let's just send an absolute ton. The King in the Mists, there he is. There's old Kingy boy. See, I told you we'd find the King in the Mists eventually. Don't think there's any, there's nothing I can pop around here. He has not taken any goddamn damage. Probably because I have to do some kind of mechanic. I bet there's a mechanic. Oh, there we go. Yep, there's more mechanics. I told you the beer. He might drop a nice little charm for us. Who knows? He might do a little favour for us, but we don't seem to be doing any damage to him. Trying to work out what is keeping him alive currently. Oh, no, now he's taking damage. Now he's taking a lot of damage. Alright, sweet. We took him down. We got an iron ring unique, which is good, and a ritual vessel. Hopefully he doesn't pop and blow up. I think it's bugged. Press buttons harder. You need defense, not damage. Well, you say that, but I didn't die. I did not die. Right, let's see what we've got. We've got a ring. I'm not sure if the ring is going to be any good, but it looks kind of cool. Ice Fang Orbit. 25% chance to poison on hit. Increased damage with poison. You are chilled when you are poisoned. Non-chilled enemies you poison are chilled. Poison enemies you kill with hits shatter. I don't know if that's any good or not. You are cheating with that chest armor right now. Yes, yes I am, because right now most of my life is being converted to an energy shield. Maybe I should go with poison, but that's only hits from me, not hits from the Summon Raging Skulls, which is a shame. So it's not exactly what I need. None of this is looking like it's going to work for me. And none of them are 6 links, so that is a shame. So good drops, but nothing that I actually kind of need, which is unfortunate, but that's the reality of it sometimes. I've been playing since 2014, and the best advice to give someone new is to take the game in steps. Yes. The best way to understand how to be good at Path of Exile is to understand that instead of being 100% perfect build and playing it badly, instead try to take a 60 or 70% pretty good build and then play it as best you can. So there are weaknesses that I've got. There are going to be choices that I make that are, objectively wrong. But as long as I can make it work with my build, I think we'll be okay. And you can see the amount of damage that these skulls are flying off and doing by themselves. And even though I've got my big golden boy just here, he's not doing too much. I do need someone to explain heists to me at some point, because I'm trying as hard as I can to understand those at some point. I've been playing since 1904, and the worst advice I can give someone is to take the game in leaps. It's all about huge upgrades. Yeah, that's what it is. Just only one big thing. Heists are cool. Criminal quests. All right, well, we'll go and do those, because I got some heist maps with my other character, my kind of archer. Heist is a full game inside PoE. It seems that every little addition they make is in itself a full game. Like every new league mechanic they add could feasibly just be considered a new entire experience within it, because they really do add a hell of a lot with every new system. And I think somebody needs to at some point sit Chris Wilson down and be like, Chris, not every system needs to require like a PhD to understand it. You could just make a really simple system where things fight things. But no, he's like, no, you need to read the wiki to understand this. This is going to be worse than Dark Souls. That's what it's going to be. You go in, don't fill the bar until you get to the end, and then go. Blitz League was that. Did it work? Nor does every league mechanic need to go to the core mechanic. That's also true. That's very true. Now, when this league finishes, will my league characters become standard characters? Because I want to have access to their banks. I'm guessing they will. That's how it works. So, after we've done this, or before we get to the Varl boss, shall I give a little talk about what I think this build is doing and how I think it's working? And you can tell me if I'm making any major mistakes, because I think I've been able to get the majority of stuff working together. And you guys can see that stuff is dying, which is good. And we're summoning a hell of a lot of phantasms and spectres and spirits and whatnot. And I'm keeping at least 10 kind of flaming skulls up with it. And I've got my little quicksilver flask going on, so I can do the zoomies around the old base. I think it's making sense to me. The build looks fine. You could use some more zombies in defense. I've actually not got any zombies at all. I've only got skeletons. So zombies I do need. Your damage is very good, and eventually with level 20 gems it'll be even higher. Good. I'll take that. See, I've got skeletons. I've got my big golden boy. I've got 2 golems, and I've got the spectres that get summoned by the skeletons, and I think the golem doing damage. I don't have any zombies. You slot in zombies, we've got a minion horde, and I should do that. But don't zombies eventually die? You need to keep resummoning them, or are they the ones that you can just have indefinitely? Because I'm pretty sure I have either a helmet or some boots that affect my zombie minions somehow. Zombies are permanent. Oh, sweet. That's even better. Where do I get summon zombie from? Oh, hang on. Here's the boss. And I think the boss should be over here somewhere, and we're likely going to delete the boss before I even see it. Where are my uniques? Why are you not here? This is... None of these are uniques. These are all just boring things. Those boring things. If I miss something really rare, someone has to let me know. Yeah. Path gives me customization anxiety. It's very much analysis paralysis of the game. But the way that I'm playing is... Look, there we go. Enemy died. Straight away. Give me something cool. Vile Firestorm, Sacrifice at Noon. Was that it? Is that all we got? That was not even worth the time to do. Have I heard about loot filters? I have, and now I'm actively avoiding using them because of how mad it makes everyone. Okay, so you guys are really good at this game, so just hear me out. Wand. Minions deal 14% increased damage. Seems good. Spell damage, irrelevant to what I'm doing. Minions have 13% increased damage. That's good. More critical strike, more accuracy. Pretty much all seeming fine so far. We've got minion damage support linking up with the lightning golem, linking up with the phantasm support. So the lightning golem itself is summoning phantasms when it hits things, and it's hitting things a lot because of lightning doing lots of stuff. Main body, this is where the kind of real meat and potatoes gets in. Damage support, speed support, which is fine, all going on to the summon raging spirits. And the raging spirits are then also using melee splash support, so one hit, exploding out to lots of things. That all seems fine so far. Raging spirits, hitting things quickly, that's it. That's what they're doing. And I also added the plus... Oh yeah, I've ran the labyrinth a couple of times, and I've managed to get the raging spirits up to 14% quality. I've just been adding in loads more to do that. Over on the Spirit Shield, we've got Holy Relic, Frost Blink, and Flesh Offering. They're linked together, but there's no need for them to be. Flesh Offering is the one where I blow up corpses, and it gives all of my minions increased movement speed, increased cast speed, and increased attack speed, which is great. So we're going for that. Now, down here on the shoes, I quite like these. So these shoes make skeleton warriors permanent instead of having them slowly die. Now, I can only summon one at a time instead of two at a time, but I can have up to 8 skeleton warriors, which I've got right now, which is decent. So we've got 25% increased movement speed for me and permanent skeletons. It's just one less thing for me to worry about, to be honest. So summon skeletons linked to melee splash support, so they're hitting as well. We've also got summon phantasms on the skeletons, and then we've got minion damage support. Now, I'm hoping the minion damage support will actually affect the summoned phantasms as well. So... that's decent. And over on the gloves... here we go. This might actually be important. So, Raise Zombie does not require a corpse, and your raised zombies count as corpses. Which means that when I'm doing Flesh Offering and blowing up, I can actually raise up a zombie and then immediately do the kind of Feeding Frenzy thing with that. That might work. That's the Flesh Offering. I can use Flesh Offering on the mitts. The mitts are pretty decent. I hope that will work. On that, we've got Summon Carrion Golem with Phantasm supports when the Carrion Golem hits stuff, Minion Damage supports, and Melee Splash supports as well, so everything's there. How about Detonate Dead? Now, Detonate Dead could work. I could go with that, but I'm not looking at it too much yet. So as far as the amulets go, increased mana regeneration rate, items and gems have reduced attribute requirements, just more mana. I've not specifically built into this gem. It was just a decent thing that I liked the look of. The Sapphire Ring, which is just mana regeneration, can't be chilled, can't be frozen, which is super useful to me. Am I on solo self-found? Yes, I am. And then I've got the Ring of All, which is just more attributes, more damage, and more rarity of items, which is helping with that kind of stuff. If your zombies count as corpses, can you detonate the zombies? Do you mean by detonating them with Flesh Offering? Yes. With Flesh Offering, I should be able to. I picked up that Angelic Kite Shield earlier, which... it looked cool, but I'm never going to use it. Let's see if I can get the zombie gem. If I can get the zombies gem, then I'll be happy, because then we'll have everything we need.
Greetings.
Let me sell you this. And that. Right. Oh, we've got a point. Sweet, we leveled up. There's a skill gem called Detonate Dead. Act 1, raise zombie. Swap out a phantasm gem for zombies. We might be able to find a space for the zombies to go anywhere. Act 6, Lily. We've got another point. What was I putting it into? I'm sure I was putting it into some kind of shield things, wasn't it? Energy shield. We were building into... That's it. We were building into energy shield mastery somewhere. That was the one. More energy shield, more mana. Cool. Let's go with you. Act 6, Lily for the raised zombie one. Act 1 vendor gives leveled up. So Act 6 Lily gives level 1 zombie. Act 1 vendor gives leveled up skill. Should we go with feeding frenzy gem gives your skeletons a dash? Interesting. Now the belt that I'm wearing is also a bit crap. It's just strength. It's strength, 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 physical damage to attacks, and flask recovery. I don't think I need this belt, but I do have another belt that I think might work. You guys will have to tell me if it's any good or not. So I've got two belts that I think are opposite of each other. I've got Famine Bind, and then I've got Feast Bind. Now, I think that maybe Famine Bind may be useful, because it does 50 chaos damage per second to enemies that are nearby. But the belt that I've got, because I'm kind of like a half strength build, do you have a Vice? Those belts are not... Yeah, they're not great for me at all. You said about a Vice. No. At least not in these ones. I've got some other good ones. I mean, this helmet could be good. Tell me if you think this helmet would work. I'll move the chat and you guys can again talk to me about this, because you know way more about this than I do. So yeah, this is one of the uniques tabs, and that's the other unique tab going on there. But I got this helmet, Skullhead. Increased armor and evasion, elemental resistances. Minions have 25% chance to block. Minions recover 10%. That's just defensive. That's really defensive. I don't think I want to go as defensive as this. What about a retrospective on Final Fantasy X? Eventually, yes. So without a doubt, yes. Now, you say you think that's better than what I have now, but what I have now is giving me Onslaught constantly. 20% increased attack, cast, and movement speed. Now, I'm casting and moving faster, which is decent, because I can cast the skulls faster, I can move quicker. I have also got haste, vitality, and clarity all going on, because my mana refills fast enough that I can have all of them, and it's very decent. I don't think minion block is needed right now. Why not buy a unique stash tab? I could do, but I don't need it yet. We've also got the Crown of Thorns, which didn't seem good. The Trickster's Smile seemed interesting. So increased armor and evasion, but I'm not building into armor or evasion. I'm kind of building into energy shield minion damage. Big energy, yeah, there's 203 energy shield on the crown compared to effectively none on the main helmet. I would need to reroll the colors on the gem slots, but that's fine. Plus 25% physical damage taken from attacks. There's big energy shield. Is that worth? Is that like a lot of stuff that we're going on? Crown is nice early. I got some good mitts down here and some decent boots that I thought were possibly good. Don't know what else is really going for good stuff. I was wearing this amulet for a while. Increase of rarity of items found, adds fire damage, accuracy, evasion, that kind of stuff. But the one I'm wearing now gives you the mana regen, which I'm really liking. Really liking. I'm sure your armor is super low right now. You're going to get one tap by physical stuff. Yeah, without a doubt. Without a doubt. But let's not overthink this. I got the Mark of Submission ring, which was cool. Curse enemies with socketed hex on hit. But I'm not hitting things. It's my minions that are hitting things for me. Fire damage to attacks is only your attacks. Right. So it wouldn't really be too much worth it. Maybe we go with the Crown of Thorns instead of the Onslaught and just see what happens. We'll stick it on. We'll see what happens. I will need to re-roll some colors on the sockets to change around these things. From what I see, Josh's armor has a hole in it. Oh, yeah, this armor is great. Thank you. That's Yu-Gi-Oh's hair, and it says it's time to Yule underneath, which I appreciated. If your mana is found without that, then blind on the other Ami is better. I very much need the quick mana regen on that. It's worth noting, unless a mod says minions, it's almost definitely not for your minions. How far did I get on the archer? I got to Act 9. No, I got to Act 10, but I never actually finished Act 10. Let me just grab a chromatic kind of changing thing here, because we need to re-roll that to be one of each color. Perfect. Okay, let's just switch this over. Right, so we'll see what the energy shield goes from 1621 to 2009. That's better, and yeah, 2009, that seems decent. 2009 energy shield, and we're only level 63. So we've got, you know, it was a bad year. Let's admit that. It was not the greatest of years, but that seems good for me right now. What was it? Raise Zombie, that's what I was buying. Zombie. There we go. Raise a zombie minion from a corpse, which will follow you and attack enemies with a melee strike. Maximum 3 raised zombies. You don't have much armor. Discipline aura would help you more. Discipline aura. Is that in the regular tree? Where are we talking for the discipline aura? I'm trying to spot where it is. It's a gem. Okay, cool. It's a gem. Cast an aura that grants additional energy shield and increased energy shield recharge. You gain 60 energy shield. You and nearby allies gain 30% increased energy shield recharge rate. Okay, cool. That could be useful. I like auras. Auras are good. Auras are decent. Right, let's decide where these gems are going. What do I want to take away? That's the question. If I want to put both raise zombies and discipline, I've got to take something away. Minion damage, minion speed, summon raging spirits, and melee splash. Don't want to take any of those away. Summon skeletons is important. Melee splash, summon phantasm, minion damage, all useful. Drop phantasm support. Okay, so are we dropping the phantasm support for the skeletons? Or are we dropping the phantasm support for the lightning golem? Or just none of them? They're worth nothing. Oh, you don't think it? Okay. The real gems are the friends we made along the way. Drop the mana aura. Oh, do you mean clarity? Regens mana. Regenerate 28 mana per second. That might not be as great as I'm thinking it's going to be. Are you saying we drop that? Drop phantasm for zombie and discipline. Okay. I mean, I like the phantasms a lot. So you probably don't need supports on the lightning golem. So let's take away the minion damage support from the lightning golem and the phantasm support. And let's replace those with raise zombie and the discipline aura. Just to see how this works. And we'll stick the gems back in the gem tab. We'll stick the stackable things in the stackable tabs. We'll stick that in the rare and unique tab. And then you guys go in the other. You can go in the miscellaneous tab. Isk. May as well put this shield and this quiver and both of these flasks in. Oh, there's also the Winterheart amulet, which I didn't need. I'm sure there was another one. Oh yeah, was that any good? The gain frenzy stuff. So many gems spilling out. That is a confusing stash. Look, it's very obvious. Stackable, miscellaneous, other, unique gems. That's how it works. That's exactly how it works. Don't think I need that one. So let's put you in the unique tab. You can go there. I'm just organizing my unique tabs perfectly. Look at that. Lovely stuff. Lovely stuff. Let's just start stacking some stuff. You can go in the other. No, the miscellaneous tab. That's the one. Okay, cool, we're good. You can make folders and rename them. Too easy. Too easy. Coward's way of doing it. Straight up cowardly. Instead, let's go back to Act 7 and let's go to take it to the Asmeri Shrine. Cool. So bad. Right, let me just get some of these auras going on. I need to organize some things. Right, so Flesh Offering is fine. Summon Skeletons, Frost Blink, summon Sentinel of Radiance, summon Carrion Golem. The Carrion Golem doesn't need to be there because I will summon that because it doesn't die. So the Carrion Golem can be replaced with Raise Zombie. So how many zombies can we have? 3, 4, 5. 5 zombies. Okay, so we're going to have 5 zombies, 8 skeletons, the Carrion Golem, the other electric golem dude, and then on my control we've got haste, which takes up 50% of the mana. We've got, instead of, I need to work out where the hell all these spells are going to go. Hang on. Oh, we've also got Holy Relic, which is there too. Carrion Golem isn't needed. You say that, but the Carrion Golem does give additional damage to non-golem minions, which is very important to me. I like that a lot. I'm probably not going to use Vitality as much. Clarity, that's the mana regen, but we traded Clarity, didn't we, for... What was the other one we went with? We didn't want Clarity, we wanted... Discipline. That was it. So we go with Control E. Okay, so Discipline takes me to 2,124, but it also puts me down to 196 mana. But I'm okay with that. Oh, Decorative Axe. Sweet. Do I need Vitality, which gives life regen? Ah, now, this is really important. Set movement to left click. Yes. Now, my life regen applies to my energy shield, not my life. That's very important. I don't have life regen, I have energy shield regen, because I took a thing that does that. And I think that helped. Now, this is a problem. Because my... This is a problem. Because my zombies count as corpses, whenever I summon them, when I use Flesh Offering, I will accidentally blow them up. That's a problem. I think I might need to find a way to... Yeah. Might need to redo that somehow. So my 2 life flasks are important because, I mean, look on my life. It's going up very... Drop the gloves. Drop the gloves. Do you mean these ones? Yeah, that's a good point. We could change that. But it does give me 101% increased energy shield. So if I drop the gloves, energy shield... Oh, we lose 200 we lose 124 energy shield for some reason. Oh, it's because most of it's coming from there. So we could change the gloves. The 100% is on that item, but it's also not very good. So it's just on that. Oh, it's local. Do you mean local to the actual energy shield itself? It's not like it applies to the gloves. I thought it applied to anything. I thought when you put it on, it's like, hey, double your energy shield. Here you go. Have fun. Have a good time. Right. Okay, cool. In that case, we probably want some better gloves, don't we? Do I have better gloves? I bet I do. We'll get some better gloves, and then we will carry on. Now, it's important that the gloves that I'm currently wearing have a 4 link. So let's see what we've got that could do 4 link. Bronze scale gauntlets. Nope, that's Val gems pretty much only. 10% increased attack speed, physical damage leached as life, evasion rating. Not really the build that we're going for. Okay, cool. 10% increased attack speed, 11% increased cast speed, 10% reduced maximum mana, not really too much of a problem. 11% chance to gain a power, frenzy, or endurance charge on kill. Could be useful, could be decent. I won't get the bonuses though, because minions are killing things. Buy from vendor and put some essence craft on them. Now, I've never actually crafted anything, so how about this? We go until we find some rare gloves. When we find good rare gloves, we use them instead. That sounds good to me. Let's go hunt some rare gloves down. You also need rare rings. You say this, but the rings I've currently got are very good. So let's just summon a load of you. Let's get the big boy back. Let's get the carrion golem back. We've already got the energy golem. Let's get... I think that's everything. The gang's all here. Apart from we're going to summon a load of skeletons and zombies. Okay, cool. The gang's all here. Let's go. I'm just going to have to train myself to not use Flesh Offering for a minute or two. And see how well these guys do without that. They'll probably do fine. Your hair looks different today. Thank you. It's because the light is glowing on it from above, so it looks grayer. Maybe my previous message was too long. What strategies did I use to become a better streamer? So, when people say to me, oh, first of all, thank you. Remarkably kind of you. What is the name of this build? Skulls and Friends. So, a lot of people now want to become streamers and YouTubers. It, in fact, is the, I believe, #1 desired career for a lot of kids in school. It used to be things like, you know, rock star, actor, astronaut, that kind of stuff. But now it is mostly streamer. Talk to Helena for the reward, find Akri's temple. We're going north. Okay, cool. Now, a lot of kids say to me, you know, what should I do to become a better streamer? Ultimately, it is just acting. It is performing. That's the best way to go for it. It is acting, it is performing. So I say one of the best things you could do is take acting lessons. Take performing lessons. And then learn how to edit. Learn how to write a script. Because I write all my own scripts. So writing has helped me a great deal. Now, obviously, H-Bomber Guy has revealed to the world that apparently you don't even need to do that. Apparently that, you know, a lot of people, like the whole James Summerton thing, you can make a lot of money by just plagiarizing other people's work. But eventually you will get caught doing that. So one of the best ways to become a really good streamer is learn how to research, learn how to write, learn how to enunciate, learn how to perform as best you can. I'm so used to seeing you with sleeves. Yes, it's interesting for me to wear a jumper for the change. Public speaking skills, without a doubt. Some might see streaming as a gateway into bigger opportunities. Without a doubt. I mean, I definitely have considered that angle because, I mean, even Timothy Chalamet started off just reviewing Xbox controllers and stuff on Twitch and on YouTube. So the dude had a very successful kind of career doing that before anything else kind of kicked off for him. I mean, Justin Bieber was discovered on YouTube, if you will. Ah, the eggs. I like this one here because we get to just find potentially rare things and I just get to send a load of minions off at people. But I think one of the best things to do is people hey, there we go. A rare wand. Is it? I've got one of those already. Life Sprig. That is my second Life Sprig. Do I need 2 of them? I don't think I do. Do they stack? Do they stack? Because I have now got 2. You do. Do I in fact need 2 of them? 2 hands? You could just cast with 2 hands. Asteriel, welcome back to the stream. It's lovely to see you again. How have you been? Hopefully you're doing well. It's good to know that you've been well. What if you want to dual wield? You dual wield life sprigs for leveling new spellcasters. Oh, sweet. In that case, I can dual wand. That's now a thing I can do. But people assume that when, you know, the best way to get into YouTube, it's just start playing video games. No, it's training yourself to perform. Wizards akimbo. That's what we're going for now. What we're talking about? We're talking about getting into bigger things. I mean, yeah, the movie Free Guy had a load of YouTubers and Twitch streamers in there. Is it the new celebrity? Is it the new level of celebrity? I think on a way it probably is. But if someone came along and said to me, hey Josh, we want you in a film, because there have been, there was a really interesting, I think it was a Drew Gooden video about reviewing that kind of digital TV channel that just used YouTubers and Twitch streamers as its actors. Have any of you guys seen that video? It was either Drew Gooden or Danny Gonzalez. I always mix those 2 guys up. But it was basically they were taking Instagram stars, TikTok stars, Vine stars, writing absolutely dire TV shows for them, and then, you know, casting them as the main characters in them. It might be Brat TV, something like that. It was something. I forget the actual name of it, but they were using the star power, and I use that term loosely. But it got views because you're effectively taking someone with a pre-established audience and making them do, you know, performances. But you're going to have an audience there anyway. It's the old theatre adage of bums on seats. The most important thing is just bums on seats. So can a YouTuber use their kind of pre-existing fan base to kickstart a career in entertainment? Yeah, absolutely. You'd be a fool not to if that's where you want to go to with it. Level 4 serrated arrow quiver. I've got a lot of uniques and I like them, so the orange name makes me feel good about myself. And the reason I'm playing the minion build is because honestly it's quite easy to talk at the same time while playing this. A Josh stream, one of the guys who's fun to listen to, even if you don't care about the game. I'm going to make it my personal goal for you to at least care about the game. Now, the reason that the videos have been delayed for a while is because I was way too busy grinding Path of Exile for a bit. Sorry about that. Yeah, Filthy Frank is a good example. I mean, you want to see... There's that thing in kind of Hollywood where almost anyone involved in an aspect of the performance kind of sphere, if you will transition into it. I mean, I didn't know this, but you can correct me if I'm wrong on this. The actress that played Cindy Lou Who in the Jim Carrey version of The Grinch, didn't she go on to be the singer of the Pretty Reckless and the song Going to Hell? Because I think the Pretty Reckless were a decent band, and I never kind of made that connection in my head. Yeah, the actress that played Cindy Lou Who is the lead singer from the Pretty Reckless, and then the actor that played I forget the character's name in Fight Club, but he went on to be the lead singer of 30 Seconds to Mars. There's a lot of stuff. Even Robert Downey Jr. has an album, and I own it, because I think it was just ridiculous that you know, every actor tries to be a singer. Yeah, Jared Leto, sorry, that was the guy. Back when he was quite a good actor. Jared Leto, let's be fair, was a really good actor in Requiem for a Dream, which is the best film I never want to watch again. If anyone's seen Requiem for a Dream all the way through from start to finish, it is without a doubt one of the greatest cinematic experiences that I absolutely never want to experience again. Like, it's brilliant, and then you come away from the film going, oh, never again. Absolutely never again. You've got to watch it to appreciate it. Like, it is the worst date film you could ever suggest. In fact, here you go, advice, dating advice. If you're on a date and you really want to get out of it and it's gone too far and you don't know what to say, just suggest that you both watch Requiem for a Dream, because it will end up depressing both of you and you will just want to leave. There you go. It's a smooth way out of there. Did I watch Morbius? No. I decided to do something more important. I think I just stared at the wall for 2 hours. But yeah, I mean, Robert Downey Jr. had a song. It's crazy to think that all these actors... And let's just see how fast we can kill this dude. Alright, they're dead. This is a very high damage build, without a doubt. There is a lot of damage going on here. Now, I think we need to find some gloves, don't we? Yeah. I watched it. It was so bad it's good territory. You just deleted him. I have not seen that now. I just joined. Wish I understood Path of Exile, but it was very cool. Look, the best players in the world don't understand Path of Exile. They are just the best players in the world because they also thought it looked very cool and didn't stop playing. If you ask some of the best players in the world, hey, how does your build work? They would kind of shrug and be like, I don't know. I forgot how it works a couple of weeks ago. But I know that if I press this button, the enemy dies. There's a lot going on behind the scenes for why the enemy dies, but exactly what's going on, don't know. As the best player in the world, I can confirm. Yeah, no one's quite sure what's going on. Okay, cool. So we've deleted that boss down there. I can talk you through what's happening. Okay, let me see if I can explain this build. So I've got skeletons around me, which I summon with my Summon Skeletons ability. I can have up to 8 of them. Skeletons would normally die, but because I've got these special boots on, skeletons don't die until they're actually killed. I've then got this carrion golem walking around here as well. Now the carrion golem is very important because the carrion golem, let's see if I can find where he is currently. The carrion golem gives a damage boost to non-golem minions that are around him. So that's everything else. I've then also got zombies hanging around, which I summon like this. And they hang around. I can have 5 of those. I have also got a spell that consumes a corpse and makes all of my minions better. The problem is zombies count as corpses. So when I do that, they all blow up. So I need to remember to not do that while my zombies are out, so I'll summon my zombies back. But the real meat and potatoes of this build is if I hold right click, I summon a raging skull. And that skull there will last for 8 seconds, and I can summon them fast. Now the skulls will then rush at my opponents and smack them very quickly. They're all going to blow up in the end when they disappear. See, and everything I've taken on the big path of building, if you will, is pretty much just minions do more damage, minions do more damage, elemental damage, minions do more damage. Everything is minions do more damage. Senior Writer of PoE, some of you might know him from... I did not, but that's pretty cool. There is Unleash support that will make you summon 4 with 1 click. I could get into that. I could do that. We could make that work. Okay, talk to reward, talk to reward. Occasionally I'll just teleport back to the main base and then go and kill things. See, this is awesome when I get it. Yeah, so when everything works, it works. And I kind of understand. See, I'll give myself a skill point and I'll level up and people will say, oh, it's very important that you pick the correct thing. What I'm going to do is just type in energy into the search bar, realize that we've started pushing around here. There we go. 10% increased maximum energy shield, 16% increased mana, 10% reduced mana cost while on full energy shield. Done. Sounds good. Is it perfect? Don't know. Unsure. These are all worthless amulets, but I will take strength and intelligence. And then I will examine the amulet and see if it's good. It's not. So I will sell it. I need none of you. It's an onyx amulet just here. +5 to maximum energy shield, regenerate 30 life per second. That's not bad, actually. Although my maximum mana, maximum energy shield, increased regeneration rate is better from the unique. Also, just from a purely stubborn point of view, I don't want... See, look, when I said I've already got one of the... Lifewood Sprigs. This is my second. So I can probably find the first... There you go, first Lifewood Sprig. So I can now dual wield... I can dual wield healing wands if I want to. Let's just store some stuff. I should probably take some things out of this tab, because you'll shout at me for them not being the right things. There's stuff in this tab that doesn't need to be here, to be fair. Oh, I've got all of the Carrion Crow life armor cards. I should trade those in. Sweet, let's go and get some life armor. You guys want to see what the Carrion Crow life armor is? First time I managed to catch a stream of yours. Bloody time zones. Lady Violet, welcome to the stream. Hopefully you are having a lovely day. Someone give this man a currency tab. Look, I've explained it once. I will explain it one more time. Just really quickly. Okay, these are how the bank tabs work. Number 1, stackable things. If things can be stacked, they go here. Number 2, miscellaneous things, as in there's a couple of gems. There's a... that shouldn't be there, actually. Everything else is fine. Couple of gems, a few spaces, couple of things. It's a miscellaneous tab. That's how it works. Tab 3 is other. Other contains stuff that doesn't go in the first 2 tabs, also some 6-slot armor. Probably want to put these uniques in the unique place. They're not uniques, they can stay there. That's unique. That dagger is unique as well. They can go in the unique spaces. That bow is not unique. That large jewel might be, but it's damage with bows that I don't need. Okay, number 4 is the first unique tab. Everything in here is a unique. This is good. Number 5 is the second unique tab, which is actually dangerously close to being filled up pretty quickly. Let's just keep sticking some unique stuff in there. Number 6 is gems. So gems go in here. Stick these gems in there. Hang on, there's a stackable item there. Is everything here stackable? Hang on, bear with me. There's potentially something here that I can take away. A charm. I don't need you. You stack. And that's good. And then everything else is empty. Josh is playing a game called... Look, I like Tetris. Okay, I like Tetris. This is just how we're doing things. Don't be being mad at me just because my bank is great. Now I've got this thing, 4 life armor Carrion Crow cards. I'm assuming that I travel to... It's Highgate, isn't it? I think it's Highgate for this one. No, it's not Highgate. It's... No, it is Highgate. There we go. See, Highgate, there we go. Luke, welcome to the stream. Hopefully you're having a lovely day. This looks like an insane shirt. It's a Yu-Gi-Oh shirt, but unfortunately it's chroma keyed out Yugi's hair, and it says it's time to Yule on it. Now, you say that you can go to Lily in my hideout. I haven't yet used my hideout. There's actually a lot of mechanics that I don't understand that I'm too scared to even try. So let's see what this dude does. Go to hideout. You can place NPCs there. Is there a reason that I would use the hideout instead of this dude? So we stick 4 Carrion Crows there and we trade. It's a solo self-found. I'm never going to sell these anyway, so we trade. Wow, that's crap. Was that it? Was that what I was working toward, picking these cards up? Is that the whole thing? A bit of blue armor. It was armor with life on it. I'm not going to pretend that I'm not disappointed, but I'm going to immediately sell that. Right. Lily does divine cards. You can buy unleash items in this town. See, divine... I've got some decent divine cards. Let's just go through them. I'm guessing that the colour of the card matters. Because I've got... One of them said tabula rasa, which I think is good. One of them did say tabula rasa. I can't remember where it is. But there we go. That one's there. So we've got 2. We've got 2 tabulas out of 9. So that's fine. The number turns blue when you have enough. And because it's orange, it's unique. And whatever that is, Chin Sol. Tabula's good. 6 Slocket White Link armor. Did you play any of OSRS League 2? I did not. I did not. Okay, so there's no more full stacks of cards. Let's just... In fact, we can bank you because you're stackable. And now let's continue on with the game, with whatever I was doing. Tabula Rasa was also the name of an old MMORPG. Rip in peace. Search for fireflies and then deliver them. I'm pretty sure I've got enough. But if not, we'll go back and find them more. Yeah, people said good things about the RuneScape League. People really did say good things. 95% of cards have low value and 4% are alright. Okay, gotcha. I'm going to keep picking them up. My goodness, thank you very much for the donation. That's remarkably kind of you. Mr. Cavill. I do go by that name sometimes. I heard you used to perform Shakespeare. Could you please do the revels are now ended? So I don't know that much Shakespeare off by heart. But I'm sure I can probably find a way to make it work. Hang on. Let me see what I can do for you lovely people. Because you've donated. Why the hell not? Hang on. What are you telling me? Does PoE count as an MMO? It might do. It might do. I might need to make a video on it at some point. It's just the thing now. Is it, hey, if we give Josh money, he'll do some Shakespeare? Maybe. Oh, I'm going to have to just read this ahead. And... Oh, it's from the end of The Tempest. Right, gotcha. Okay. Can I have ChatGPT make a soliloquy for for Path of Exile. I would rather have an actor and a script writer do it. Is this like some homework? Have you been given some homework to find someone to deliver this, and you're like, oh no, I'll just get a streamer to do it. It's fine. I'll sort it out. Hi, I'd love for this fund to go towards a currency stash tab, but I prefer for it to not be today. Okay, you know what? Adrian, thank you very much. I will definitely buy a stash tab for that. Is it going to be... It's going to be something where you guys come back in like... I've died somehow. You guys are going to come back in like a week's time and my account's going to be amazing because you all got so annoyed that I just wasn't playing well enough to all of you. And as soon as the revels have finished, I will say, you have donated, that's fair. Our revels now are ended. These, our actors, as I foretold you, were all spirits and are melted into air, into thin air. And like the baseless fabric of this vision, the cloud-capped towers, the gorgeous palaces, the solemn temples, the great globe itself, all which inherit, shall dissolve. And like this insubstantial pageant faded, leave not a rack behind. We are such stuff as dreams are made of, and our little life is rounded with a sleep. You know, one of the cool things about Shakespeare, and I appreciate this, is if you don't understand what the hell he's going on about, and trust me, most of the time I don't, if you've got a good enough actor, I'm not saying I am that actor, but I could be if I tried, you actually don't need to understand a hell of a lot of what's going on. Because I've been to see Shakespeare before, and some of it's been terrible. And some of it I've not understood at all. But other shows, I've not understood the words, but I've absolutely got the meaning. That's what I appreciate. See, I've watched Shakespeare, and Shakespeare done well is you can sit there going, okay, that person hates that person's lying to that person is jealous of that person is, you know, envious of that person is in admiration of that person. That's how it all works. And that's what I love about it. When you watch Shakespeare done well, you aren't actually listening so much to the words as you are experiencing the emotion and the intentions that those words all imply. That's what's important. The problem with most modern schools teaching Shakespeare is they teach it crap. And they teach it crap because they value the words over what those words mean. That's the problem. That's what I very much dislike the fact that Shakespeare is taught in schools so poorly. So poorly. Hang on, there's a... let me just see what's going on over here. What were we looking for? We were looking for... Was it gloves? Because these gloves were the ones that were making my... Okay, yeah, they were making zombies count as corpses, which I don't need. So we need some gloves. Whether they are unique gloves or whether they are rare gloves. Now, I would prefer them to be uniques, because that is just objectively better. Uniques are just straight up better. Hang on, let me just keep summoning zombies, because these zombies keep dying for some reason. Like, they're already dead. You don't need to die again. I think most things are taught poorly in schools. Oh, man, I tend to follow the subreddit teachers. And I like the subreddit because you get to hear about the trials and tribulations of the modern day teaching profession. And I'm very glad that I got out of teaching the day and the time that I did, because unfortunately it has changed greatly since I was teaching. There's that thing of you can't fail anyone, which I don't think is fair on a lot of the kids. There are times when failure is a consequence for the actions that you've performed, and you very much... Oh, hang on, this is going to give me a mirror world. Right, hang on, we now do the mirror world. Just run from enemy to enemy, blowing the mirror world up. There is a time when failure is important, because it's not important to fail or not fail. It's important to learn how to deal with that. One of the things, and again, this is just one thing that really gets on me all the time and I get very passionate about, is I think that schools are so focused on memorization of facts and answering of any kind of quiz that they forget that the purpose is to install a love of knowledge. And that's what is missing. A love of knowledge. A curiosity. A desire to want to learn more. And then the skills needed to research more. Because researching is hard. You know, learning those skills is difficult. Learning to admit when you are wrong is hard. Finding out how to balance sources and work out who is and isn't worth listening to is a difficult thing to do. And schools don't teach that. And the reason they don't teach that is because it's impossible to grade that. You can't objectively say whether this is right or wrong, whether this person is better or worse at researching. And because schools are incredibly numbers driven, let's see what we got from this. My mother keeps insisting I become a teacher. Oh man, it is not what you want it to be now, unfortunately. It is very much not what you want it to be now. Okay, into the Dread Thicket. I found that curiosity by reading books. I was way too young because I was told I shouldn't read them. It's so strange because so many kids are naturally curious, which is great. You know, kids should be naturally curious. But then we almost beat that curiosity out of them by telling them that they're being curious wrong. You know, oh, you don't learn that yet. You don't know that yet. Well, if a kid wants to ask a complicated question, let's work out how complicated the answer can be. Schools have become so politicized, the point of learning has been perverted. It very much has, which I think is a shame. What the hell? Just straight death. It's a good thing I'm not playing hardcore, because I've died a lot. What was it that killed me just then? Like, someone way smarter than me will know what killed me. Chaos damage goes through energy shield. Well, in that case, I'll re-roll and I'll just go with... Hang on, one level, +1 to level of socketed gems, +1 to level of socketed bow gems. That's actually pretty good. For not this build, but +2 to the gem level is decent. On death ball from a mob. Okay, cool. I need to find some fireflies in here. They are somewhere. Getting to 0 health killed me. Ah, that's the problem. So right, what I need is I probably need a level of chaos resistance. It's going to be a good thing there. Chaos resistance will probably help. Let me just grab all these fireflies. Should be one more. Not if you take chaos inoculation. Hang on. You keep talking about this. Chaos inoculation. 30% of chaos damage taken does not bypass energy shield. That could work. Where chaos inoculation, top right. Chaos inoculation puts you at 1 life. Maximum life becomes 1, immune to chaos damage. I'm not against it. The problem is Ghost Wraith, my body. 50% of maximum life is converted to energy shield. 50% of 1 is not a good conversion rate. I mean, look, Ghost Wraith is already giving me plus 50% chaos resistance. I've only got... Look, if I take off Ghost Wraith, I've got 613 energy shield. That's not a lot. With 900 health. Put it on, 500 health, 2,112 energy shield. You can't tank every hit. You say that, but I'd be immune. That's true. You get 100% because it rounds up. Excellent, I get an extra 1 energy shield. But what's my chaos res currently? 38. 38% chaos resistance. Is there a way to get chaos resistance just really high naturally anyway? The other question is, do I want to be keeping this Ghost Wraith to endgame? Is this like a good endgame body? I don't know. They are the same orbs of other elements in it. No, no, no. Everyone's being like, no, 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 no. Don't do that. That's a terrible idea. Because I've got some good kind of mage bodies, if you will. But I have also invested a lot of time into building up energy shield. So I'm worried that without Ghost Wraith, energy shield would not do as well. Because it's pretty much the only reason I've got a massive energy shield right now. Crafting over a decent base. You say crafting over a decent base, but that isn't a unique item. What's my current stats? The mastery for 30% not bypassing would be better. Okay, in that case we just go with the mastery. Because I've got access to the mastery like now. As soon as I level up, I've got that. It's the twink chest. Ah, right, I need the bear chest. I see what's gone wrong here. Let me see what I can do to find the other stuff. Doesn't that helm make you take more damage? Yes. Plus 25 physical damage taken from attack hits. Pain attunement. Not sure what pain attunement does. You are low on life if you have 50%. 30% more spell damage when you're low on life. That's probably pointless. But it does give me way more energy shield. So that's important. The bear chest would be terrible for you. You say this, but it's also about fashion as well. There's a big fashion element to this. Let me just continue to kill the Dreadstone very quickly. We are looking for rare gloves too, because the gloves I've currently got are the ones that make my zombies the way they are. So I need some better gloves at some point. This should be the last Firefly. It is! Let's deliver them back. Surely there's a leather daddy chest. You need more elemental resistances. I hate to admit it, but you might be right. Let's see what's in the stash, elemental-wise. So, brisk wrap. I'm not using dexterity. That is not a good idea for the build. I actually don't think I've got that many bodies that would work. I mean, I've got this robe. Energy shield increases to energy shield, 100% chance to grant consecrated ground, plus 46 to chaos resistance, increased light radiance. That might work. You have gloves in your stash. I do have gloves in my stash, but are they the gloves that we need is the question. Ever watched Healthy Gamer GG? Yeah, some of the stuff. They were good. See, this glove I think is good. 11% increased cat speed, that works for me. 11% chance to gain that on kill. I'm not killing things. You know, Conduit. What does Conduit do again? Shares it with party members. Party members, but not allies, because minions don't count as party members, do they? Ah, good. I was right on that one. That's decent. I actually don't think I got that many chests that dropped, which was annoying. I suppose the best one I've got is, I mean, I've got this helmet down here, this Katava's Thirst. I don't know if that's any good for, I mean, it's good armor, good energy shield, strength, intelligence, 73% increased armor and energy shield. I thought Conduit works with minions. Just invite your zombies to the party. PoE 1 seems very, very bloated. Yeah, PoE 2s will hopefully streamline it. Got any orbs of alchemy? I should do. Should have quite a few. See, this gives me 73% increased armor and energy shield. That could work, actually. 50% chance to trigger socketed skills when you spend at least 100 mana on an upfront cost to use or trigger a skill. Is that the one where when you put skills into it, you actually can't cast them from this helmet at all? Use Katava Helm, use Flash Offering, or zombies on it. But I'm not casting. That's the item's local energy shield. Oh yeah, good point. It's the local one. I need different gloves. These gloves are terrible, and we don't want those. Those gloves give decent evasion, decent dexterity, but I'm not using dex, so that wouldn't be applicable. I think the increased cast speed might just be the best way to do it. Because these give dexterity, but I don't need that. I do not need increased dexterity. Let's chuck the iron gauntlets on for increased cast speed. I will, however, need to do some fusing and linking and some jeweler's orbs here. So we'll need some jeweler's orbs, we'll need some link orbs, and then I'll need some chromatic orbs if I can do this. Putting sockets into the items costs more than making a new item. Yes. But I don't know how to make new items, so we're just going to re-roll these until we get 4. You can get 4 on gloves, pretty sure. Okay, right-click the orb, then hold shift and left-click the gloves. Oh, does that work? I didn't even know that. Sweet. Perfect. That just gave it 4 straight away. Fantastic. Then we just do that, and then triple links. There we go. That was easy. I don't know why people struggle with this. Super easy stuff. What do we need? We need blue, 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 red. That's the wrong. There we go. Done. Blue, 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 red. Got it. Eye level matters for how many sockets it can have. It's very easy. You just take those off, put those on, and we'll switch the gems into there. Lovely stuff. And I'll put those back in the bank in case I ever need them. This bow is not rare, but it's potentially useful in the future, so I'm saving it. Still holding... yeah, I didn't even know that. You can just do that. So now let's pop these away. Don't think I need any of those. But you can go in Misk. You're a gem. You can also go in Misk. Alright, cool, we're good. I'm sorry, but your awfully organised stash has temporarily demoted you from 2nd to 3rd. It makes sense to me. If they wanted me to organise the stash, they shouldn't have given me a search function. Right, where are we going now? Who wants these stupid fireflies? Is it you? Whalem, do you need them? These fireflies? Apparently not. Oh, Achilles' Temple. Gotcha. All the way over there. Is your RuneScape bank like this too? Absolutely. Absolutely it is. Without a doubt. That's the best way for it to be. So now what I should be able to do is summon skeletons. Oh, I can get 6. And they no longer count as corpses. Fantastic. So I've got 8 skeletons, 6 zombies, lots of flaming skulls, big golden boy, smuggler's cache. Interesting. Don't know if any of those things are any good. Demon Manifesto, Blueprint Records Office, lots of angry things, Torment Pledge. Doesn't say what it gives, but they are gold, which makes me happy. Just embrace the chaos. Yeah, it's the best way to do it. Just completely embrace the chaos. Got lucky. Nah, I'm using that streamer client. It's much better. Let's just summon some more skulls. This is nicer because I can keep using the explode corpse without blowing up my own zombies. And have a little minion army running at things. Big golden boy. The big golden boy only lasts for 30 seconds, which is a shame because I like the thing and I want the thing to last more. Hang on, are we meant to be going that way? Was I meant to be going this way? Hang on, I may have... He picked the heist quest item. Yes, I did. Is that a problem? Do I need to go and do the heist now? Oh, you can't go that way. It's just like a... Oh, it's... I thought on the map it was a bridge or something. It's not a bridge. Oh, Wildwood. What's going on with the hair? Look, I need a haircut, okay? Look, it's way too long. I need a haircut. Unfortunately, it does this thing where it's flopping now under its own weight. Oh, auras! I forgot I'm not using my auras. Hang on, 1, haste. Then I want discipline, which gives me even more energy shield. Then I want... What was the other aura? Was it vitality? 14 mana.
My mana is spent.
I can't do anything else. So we might need to take off either discipline or vitality. Let's take off vitality so we have at least some mana. There we go. Yeah, it's a lot of hair gel. It really is a lot of hair gel. Okay, let's just summon you. And now keep attacking. I would like another King in the Mists fights, but I know I'm unlikely to find one anytime soon. Vitality goes up with levels. Gotcha. I am realizing the more you level up the gems, the harder it is for the gem to specifically do anything, or the more reservation the gem has, or the more mana it costs. I have done that by mistake. I ended up leveling a gem out of being able to use it, which is a silly thing for me. Can I ask why you look like my mates from 2006? This fashion choice is bold. Look, okay. I still firmly believe that 2006 was peak fashion. I was listening to the Rasmus. I was wearing big chunky jeans with a chain connecting my Velcro wallet into my big oversized front pocket. I was wearing Converse shoes that didn't fit me. I did that cool kid thing where you wear a long sleeve t-shirt but then a short sleeve t-shirt on top of it. Okay? So you got that kind of double layer t-shirt effect going on. We've all been there. You know what I'm on about. Some 3D glasses just because you thought you were cool. I was never that cool. I couldn't pull off the 3D glasses, look. That's a lot of wisps, and we're about... You know what? It is a lot of wisps. Let's actually do the map now, because we've just superpowered it with stuff. So it would be a shame to not do it. We've popped a load of wisps. We've got a little minion army going on. We've got the big golden boy with us as well. Let's go kill some stuff. Not this way. Always thought it was special t-shirts. I'd never believe people would wear 2 t-shirts. Oh no, you had a long sleeve t-shirt, then over the top you had a short sleeve t-shirt. That's how it worked. Ever did the button down with just the collar buttoned? Oh, I was never that cool. But I will admit, I did sometimes pop the collar on some kind of like cheap polo shirt that I was wearing. Did you ever? And let's be honest, you know, it's a safe space here. We can talk about this. Sorry, that was just a lot of loot going on all at once. Some of this is probably useful, some of it's probably not. Just having a quick glance over, see what I can see. Did you ever wear 2 polo shirts and pop both the collars? That's how you knew someone meant business. Back in the 90s. You know, back in the mid-2000s, if you saw someone wearing a polo shirt and they had popped both collars, you knew that person was very, very important. I need a better belt. This belt's fine. It gives resistance, it gives maximum life, but that's only on the belt, isn't it? Oh no, that's in general. Okay. Let's see what this belt does. Armor, mana... Plus 10 to chaos resistance. Hang on, is that better? Okay, so 30 strength, strength, adds physical damage to attacks. Not important. I think that belt is actually better than the heavy unique that I'm wearing right now, simply because of the plus 10% to chaos resistance. Yeah. You can craft life on it. I'm sure I probably could, but I don't know how to do that. So I will learn off stream sometime, so I think... You know, you guys will be like, okay, yeah, cool, I get it. You're impressive now. I don't want to do it on stream and fail, because then you'll all laugh at me. I can't be dealing with that. Okay, 19 strength, 14 intelligence. No, the mana regen right now of what I've got is way better. I also don't want to get into this thing of trying to redo after every single enemy. I kind of want a thing where... Oh, I need some corpses. I keep forgetting now my zombies need corpses. I need to get to a point where I don't try and re-equip after killing like one boss, because otherwise we'll spend the entire game in the menu. They teach you how to craft in Act 2. You act as if I read anything. All I remember from Act 2 was running through it to get to Act 3. They probably teach me every single mechanic, and if I was playing this as a game reviewer, if I was actually looking into exactly how it works, I would have played differently. But instead, I just let the happy chemicals happen and ran through shooting things and killing things. I'd never laugh at you. Oh, I can tell a joke. Would you like to hear a joke? Prepare. Prepare for the joke. Okay. The joke is about to commence. I hope you're all ready. If you've been on this stream before, you know what my one joke is. It's one joke with two different variations. You ready? Here we go. It starts dark, but bear with me. It gets better. I was at a friend's funeral the other day. And I said, do you mind if I say a few words? And they said, sure. Go ahead. So I stood up. And I shouted, bargain! And they said thanks. That means a great deal. You can also go with the punchline plethora and then say thanks. That means a lot. Comedy genius. Absolute comedy genius. You're welcome. All of you. Every single one of you is welcome to that. There you go. Add it to your Christmas list. You can tell that at your own family Christmas. You can pretend you came up with it. I don't even mind. You're welcome. Okay, so that was kind of useless stuff over here, but we got there. Dad jokes. Unsubbed. Yeah, like you said, more like fun subbed. I know some jokes. I understand comedy. Would you like another joke? I know this is what you come to this stream for. I'm sure I can find another joke to tell you. Another bit of comedy. Let's just juice this map with some wisps from the start. Can we get a refund? No, you can't. Absolutely no, you can't. Okay, I can't think of any other jokes right now, but I do know them. I am very funny. If you meet me in real life, I will tell you at least 2 jokes, and then we will be friends. What have we done to you? You've done nothing. What you've done is you've given me the privilege of being who I truly am. You've allowed me to show my true face. This is me. I'm sorry. This is just who I am now. I like the amount of phantasms that I'm spawning. I appreciate that. That's a nice little explosion there. Any... Nope. No good gloves. That's a shame. Now, the Ivory Spirit Shields can be quite good because they can give decent minion damage. So it might even be worth picking up an Ivory Spirit Shield and then using that orb that makes things into a rare. Because there is no unique Ivory Spirit Shield. So we could try that. Okay, hang on. Minions deal 7% increased damage, 19% increased energy shield. That's just on the thing itself. Regenerate life. Regenerate 43 life per second is good. Increased mana. Minions have increased maximum life. But the one I've got right now is doing 38% increased minion damage. Yeah, I'd rather stick with that one. That one is way better. Liquid, welcome to the stream. Hopefully you're doing well. May I have permission to keep those jokes on my own usage? I would be annoyed if you didn't use them. I think that joy should be spread to the world, and there is no better way to do that than with terrible jokes. Like, all of you. It's actually... It's not even a request, it's a demand. All of you. Okay, can someone explain this whole Master Explorer thing to me? Because I go into the incursion, and all I seem to know is just run as fast as you bloody well can through this fight. Just go insanely quickly, doing as much damage as possible, as fast as possible. But that way is blocked. And thankfully you can do a lot of damage in very little time with minions. And as you fight and gain more, we just keep going. Don't think I'm going to be able to kill everything. But it's an impressive amount of enemies that we've just killed. And the last ones are over there. Oh, that was good. That was an impressive amount of enemies to kill. And that's a lot of rare stuff. That was quite good. There were 2 architects working the Vile Temple. One at the top. Killing one means the other upgrades the room, letting you customize your temple. Okay, cool. You're building a pyramid. Your goal is to connect the rooms. I killed everything. Great. Fantastic. Nothing good seems to have dropped there. Possibly some boots, maybe an amulet. Yeah, it's a shame that none of that's really what I needed, but it's always nice to see a big loot explosion. I'll take that. See, these are the mechanics that I just don't understand well enough. 2-stone ring? You said there's a 2-stone ring? Could be good. Okay, where are we looking? Where are we looking for a 2-stone ring? Give me a sec. Oh, there we go. Is it good is the question. Okay, 15% to fire and lightning, 31 to intelligence, adds fire damage to attacks, gain life per enemy killed, gain mana per enemy killed. It's good fire and lightning resistance, but I don't think I would end up using that. That's not the greatest for my kind of build, which is a shame. Let me just resummon all of my dudes, because all of my dudes died. Where is my electric golem? There you are. My carrion golem is, where are you? There you are. And we leveled up. Sweet. Does he even have the default filter on? No. Oh, hello. 6 links. I don't know if 6 links are the best, but that is a basic 6 link. It's not all linked together, but it's 6 slots. So I'm going to take that. Have you tried Spectres? So I've actually got the Spectres added on to everything. So the Lightning Golem did do the Spectres. We've got the Carrion Golem, which has the Summon Phantasm support. We've got the Skeletons with Phantasm support. And I think I've got... I do want to try and 6-link this body, but I'm not sure if I can. Sell 6 socket items for special stuff. Those are phantasms, not spectres. Ah, what are spectres? Are spectres permanent, or do they need to be resummoned repeatedly? Because I really want the stuff that's permanent, because I just cannot be bothered to keep resummoning things. Apart from skulls, which I will resummon all the time. Oh, you say they are... You say they are permanent. Okay, cool. Spectres. Let's go and get some. Do I even have enough buttons for all the spells that I'm trying to link? Spectre. Okay, raise Spectre. Raise 1 Spectre. Minions have... Oh, wow. More minion movement speed. Minion speed is capped. Raise Spectres are level 28. Minions have additional accuracy. That would be super. That's... Okay, cool. Why am I not using that? You get more buttons if you control. Yes, I've already got those filled up as well. Right, so what do I and do I not need? Holy Relic is there. Flesh Offering is there. You can put auras and stuff you only activate once on your weapon swap binds. That's correct. How do I do that? Is it just switching to that? Oh. I actually totally forgot that I had a weapon swap thing. Yeah, totally forgot that. If you hold A, you can choose the corpse you want to turn into a spectre. I didn't know that either. I'm learning so many things, but I do not have enough room to put this thing on. I've got to take away something. I don't want to take away Frostblink because that has got me out. You can as long as auras are not on your weapons. Ah, they are, unfortunately. I suppose I could just put a 3-link thing up there. So what do I want to remove for Raise Spectre? I don't think I want to remove anything, to be honest. Possibly the Phantasm support? You're not using Vitality. True, but that is red. I would need to re-roll that to blue. I probably can do that. Hang on, let me just see what I can do. Let's take you off. Let's empty the gems from you and re-roll. Is it worth trying to relink this? I don't think I'm going to relink it yet because it's not going to be my permanent one. My stash is fine. Shut up. There we go. Red, blue, blue. Perfect. Oh no, it's got to be green, blue, blue. Green, blue, blue. Got it. So we go with Raise Spectre, Clarity, which I am using, and Haste, which I am using. And the stash tab 6 is Gems. There we go. Gems and a single Orb of Chance, and these things which shouldn't be there. Maybe they go here. Nope. Hang on. Some stuff can be stored here. There's... You guys that have been with me from the start know there is method to this. So tab 1 is stackable stuff, and tab 2 is miscellaneous. So this is all miscellaneous stuff. Oh, I need to do that. I can't not do that. Right, miscellaneous stuff goes in here. That can be sold. Let me sell some stuff. Why did you buy extra stash tabs and not currency tabs? Don't question my methods. Just understand that there is a method to it. May as well sell you and get some nice stuff. Oh no, 7 Jeweler's Orbs. Sweet. I don't need the Spirit Shield or any of those things. Cool. Now I can store these things in the miscellaneous tab, not the other tab. Alright, cool. Now I need to arrange all of my actual abilities and work out where the hell everything's going. But if we don't question it, how do we learn from it? Don't use my own words against me. So, Raise Spectre should be... Frostblink I kind of need somewhere else. Raise Spectre can be Control Q, that's fine. I'm guessing you need a corpse to be able to do that. Haste should be active, because nobody needs more than 200 mana. It's cowardly to have more than 200 mana. Get you guys up. Get you up. Bring Big Boy back. Let's kill these things, and after killing them... How many spectres can I have? 2... Just 2? Okay, just 2 spectres. I'm allowed 2 spectres, that's it. But then I can blow corpses up and everything gets really fast and angry. 2 to 3? This doesn't look like Toxic Rain. So the Toxic Rain build was fine, but I kept dying. So I decided to go with a build where everything apart from me dies. And I'm going to be honest, it is working substantially better. Like a lot better. Like, look, other stuff's dying. It's great. Yeah, the issue with the Toxic Rain build was I was also reserving 50% of my hit points, which I'm going to be real was draining, if nothing else. Right, now how fast can I run through and kill everything here? Everything's dead here. Down here. Everything's dead down here. Okay, so my minions are way faster than I am and seem to be covering the map quicker than I can get around the map. Didn't quite kill everything though, which is a shame. Killed most things, but not everything. We went from more arrows to more minions. I'm good with minions. Minions are decent. Now I do need more zombies, which of course needs more raising stuff. So I've got 6 zombies. I can then have 8 skeletons. I've currently got 1 spectre, which needs to be improved to 2. Then I get the big boy back out, and then I just throw flaming skulls at everything. This is great. This works fine. So what reasoning caused me to equip a crit flask? Ah! So, I did that because I don't know what they do. So, they might do something really good. They might not. But if I didn't equip it, we would never know, would we? You might ask me, Josh, why do you have a large life flask and a medium life flask, which is level 8 and requires level 3? Why have you not upgraded to a better life flask when one has probably dropped many times over? Good questions. Good questions all. Everyone is putting forward some good points, and I will take these all into consideration. You might ask, Josh, why are you using a giant mana flask that requires level 24, and a quicksilver flask which requires level 4, and a diamond flask? Look, 100% increased global critical strike chance. It's very important for minions. That's a very important... Is that or is that not important for a minion build? The eye level 4 quicksilver flask is fine. It is fine. I don't understand why everyone is so against it. I think, personally, it's totally okay. Now I just need to summon a load of minions, a load of flaming skulls. Remember, this build was pretty much just flaming skulls. Until I decided to go a little bit fancy. Add all the other stuff to it. Hang on, we're going to try and find where this path of wisps goes to. Aha! There we go. Let me just pop a couple of skulls there. How are the pets doing? They are taking to the new house quite well. Thank you for asking. Is Josh still wearing a shirt? A normal standard day-to-day shirt? It's a jumper. Or a pullover, as the Americans would say. But no, it's just it's a regular jumper. It's comfy. It's a Yu-Gi-Oh jumper. It's warm. It's cold in this house, so I'm of the ilk of just put a jumper on and then you'll be fine. Oh, here we go. Enemies. Off we pop. Oh, trying. Just one hit killed. Just immediately one hit killed. Couldn't get out of the angry flowers in time and just dead. What is this mechanic? This whole... Because I've been doing this mechanic, and I don't know if I'm doing it wrong, but I've been putting down things that blow up stuff, and then I've been putting them next to chests, and then hoping that I get enough chests that when I detonate it, stuff works. Hang on, let me just detonate a load of these things. Give me a load of you back. Make some zombies. Give me some corpses. And then give me some spectres. Sweet, got some spectres. Got the big boy going on. We can put on my haste. Is it discipline I want? It is discipline. There we go. Now I'll blow you up. Now I just keep summoning everything. Now we see how things die. There's a boss there called Danig. Oh no, Danig was the main dude. You can trade the markers you get from currency. Cool. Let's see what we get. If anything good. Well, none of those were uniques. What a terrible, terrible result. Bad times all round. Oh, but we did get a... Ooh, Energy Shield Mastery. Is it worth going for this? 30% of chaos damage is taken by and does not bypass Energy Shield. Yes, that's probably going to be useful until I've got better chaos resistance, so I'm going with that. I am progressing. I find it offensive that that's a shock to you. People have come to the stream and they're like, holy crap, Josh is playing the game. He's actually doing all right. He's not doing good, let's not go too far, but it's okay. Who is this guy? Where is Josh? Am I actually playing the game? Am I actually making decent gameplay progress? Ooh, there we go. Some rare gloves. Could be what we need, who knows. So these gloves are giving 11% increased cast speed. That's pretty much it. These gloves would give armor, energy shield. Nah, that's useless. And some good angry gloves. If they're not angry, then what's the point? Does his progress count as a Christmas miracle? Where are the game design rants? There are issues that Path of Exile has, without a doubt. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure I could rant about a few things. There are way too many systems that all get introduced to the player, and it's extremely overwhelming. That's true. You just can't deny that. There's a lot of stuff that goes on. They're not issues, they're charms. Knowing Path of Exile's charms would be another system that it adds onto itself. They're like, oh, these issues are charming. And to understand charms, you must go to the wiki page about the charm expansion and learn exactly how all 400 charms work and exactly the 6 systems that charms can be upgraded by and the 2 NPCs that are found at the end of some rare maps that would involve charms. I'm like, ah, okay, cool, I get it now. Chris, you just can't stop designing systems. I get how this works. When will I upload a new worst MMO ever video? I've just moved house and it's just been Christmas, so give me time to get back into the process, the progress of writing and working on them. They're obviously all still being worked on, and I will never stop uploading those. There's just a lot of stuff to do between then. Charms are a new system in this league. Oh yeah, God, they are, aren't they? Like, I said it as a joke, but no, they legitimately are actually a thing now. Oh, hey, there we go. That's lots of... Oh, so one of you said I should get overcharge. Was that superior minion something? Minion damage support. I'm sure one of them said superior minion damage support. Oh, quality plus 6%. I see. Gotcha. Superior means it has quality. Where was the overcharge? Overcharge! Supported skills have 50% chance to shock, deal less damage, shock as though dealing 500% more. It wasn't overcharge, it was cast more or something? Do I prioritize worst MMOs that you believe have a greater chance of closing down? Honestly, I have absolutely no thought process whatsoever in making my videos. I literally find a game that I think looks cool and then make a video on it. That's pretty much it. People assume that there is far more kind of Machiavellian plotting that goes into exactly when and how I release a video. It's just a case of, oh, that looks cool. I'm going to make a video on it. It's kind of how it works. I don't think these things through too much, you know? What do I think of class-specific quests and rewards? Yeah, they can work quite well, actually. I died immediately. Do we have a current actual worst MMO? Did Josh order you an EverQuest video? I've made that video. I played EverQuest for 100 hours. Here's what it was like. I enjoyed making the 100-hour video because it allows me to really dive into the systems that a game has. The danger, of course, is that it's difficult to make 100-hour videos of every game because it takes 100 hours to make the videos. So just understand that it can take me a while to do these kind of things. This build is doing quite well, I would say. I mean, there are times when I die, but in general, I think this build is doing okay. Especially for seeing just how much damage it's putting out and how safe it's mostly keeping me. What makes PoE so addicting to me? Visa, are you just fishing for clips now? Are you just thinking, I'll say something, and Josh will reply, and then I will be fed. I know what you're doing. You're just fishing for clips. I'm not going to give you the satisfaction. I mean, I'll answer the question, but I want to make it clear that I'm answering for me, not for you. Fishing, mostly. That's why I play it. I think it's one of the MMOs that does fishing correctly. I like Diablo. I like the gameplay of Diablo. I like the idea of Diablo. I don't like what Blizzard have done with Diablo, but I think the action RPG or the ARPG, the bird's eye view, top down, build your character, and then go and do a lot of attacks, is satisfying. And when you look at the, this is a real thematic issue, it's not a gameplay problem, but Diablo starts with you being in a city and diving down into the earth. You are always the hero in Diablo. Whereas Path of Exile starts with you being a complete loser who is effectively cast down and everything else is going on around you and you aren't involved in stuff, and then you have to actively fight your way through to be worth a damn. So I quite like the fact that it's one of those starting from the bottom, fighting up processes, which I just enjoy thematically more. I like the variety of builds, and again, this isn't an advert, I'm not sponsored by the guys. I just enjoy playing it because it's easy to understand, to get into, and the vast majority of systems are satisfying to use. I suppose that's what it is, satisfying. If someone says, hey, do you want to summon a zombie to help you? Yeah. Do you want to summon 10? Yeah. Do you want to throw a flaming skull at the enemy? Yeah, sounds cool. Do you want to throw 20? Okay, yeah. It's just a lot of decent systems with high numbers. Graphic data looks nice, sounds nice, mechanically it works. And again, as silly as this sounds, I can turn the game on and be in gameplay within 30 seconds. Which is a thing for me. If I've not got a hell of a lot of free time, I like knowing that I can turn the game on and be in the game bit quite quickly. Net, good evening to you. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully you're having a lovely day. How are you? How was your Christmas? Fill me in. Would I ever put WoW on the worst MMO ever series? If I ever need a lot of money very quickly, yes. Because I'm sure that will get a lot of views. But until then, no. Because I believe that there are games that are legitimately worse. So remember that the series is about exploring the landscape of MMOs, discovering the interesting ones that might be good, might be bad, and then working out what's good and bad about them. And everyone's like, oh, you should do WoW, it's the worst MMO. It's legitimately not. We all know that. It's made some choices that have changed the genre. It's made some choices that have improved the genre. Some that have, you know, pushed it back a bit. But there's no doubt that it's changed the genre. You can't deny that whatsoever. There is a raid. Thank you very much. Zizaran is raiding. Zizaran is raiding with a party of over 3,000 people. Well, I'm glad you're here, actually. I'm glad you're all here because now you can actually see how Path of Exile is meant to be played. You know, I mean, Ziz, you're good. Don't get me wrong. But I think that there are many things that your viewers would benefit from if I were to show them on my stream. It's okay. We're going to learn. We're going to learn today, guys. First of all, now, viewers that have been on my stream already, you've already seen my bank, but you have to understand that Ziz is one of the best Path of Exile players in the world. Me and him were chatting. We were chatting on Twitter, actually, and he said that I can come onto stream sometime and we can have a chat and I can talk about, you know, the worst MMO stuff. He can talk about his stuff. But what I think we need to understand is this. I need you guys to tell me if this bank is as bad as everyone tells me it is, because I legit don't think it's that bad, okay? So, let me just go through these tabs, because there is an order to them, and you need to understand what that order is. Ziz, don't say Jesus, okay? That's not... Let me talk. Tab number 1. Stackable items. If things can stack, as in there's a little number to the top left, they go in this tab. Everything in this tab is stackable, apart from that smuggler's contract, which I will not move for reasons that I will not elaborate on. The problem is there are more things that stack than will fit in this tab. It also probably doesn't help the fact that I've got multiple complete stacks of portal scrolls, or, you know, scrolls of wisdom. Probably, yeah, there's lots of full stacks of scrolls going on there. So tab 1 is stackable things. Tab 2 is miscellaneous. Now this is stuff that doesn't fit in other tabs. So stackable things that have overflowed from tab 1, gems which I don't think are worthy of going in the gem tab, which is tab 6, as you'll see when we get there. And another contract, which again I will not move for reasons which should be obvious. There is also an unidentified jade amulet. I don't need to explain why that's there. So tab 1, stackable. Tab 2, miscellaneous. Tab 3 is other. Now the other tab is quite complicated, so I'll go through it with you. It's, first of all, that ring should not be there. That's going in the unique tab. That is being moved. It is gems. It is a belt, obviously. It is gems and jewels that I've not put in tab 6. It is any 6 slotted item because I think that they are cool and I will not move them. It is that bead, and that actually goes in tab 1. I should move that. That was my mistake. I understand that it looked out of place. I get it. I'll move it. Tab 4 is uniques. Apart from that ring, which is not unique, but I believe has value. So we've got some unique stuff going on here. Now, I've got 2 life sprig ones, and you might be asking yourself, Josh, why do you have 2 life sprig ones? You know why. We've got some gloves going on. We've also got 2 of the same unique arrow quiver that I can't use, but I refuse to throw away. There's a good wand down there. I've got this helmet. Tab 5 is also uniques. So, got some decent stuff going on here. I am a solo self-found, so none of the bank. Iron Man, by the way. And that's got some good stuff going on. It's not all bad. Look, Poet's Pen. See? That's a decent weapon right there. Tab 6 is gems. And that jewel. You know why. So yeah, I can actually put these gems in here. They can go there. Back on tab 5, the uniques, you can have a ring. Tab 1, you have stackable items. Stackable, 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 stackable. Yeah, see, all stackable. All go in there perfectly. The regicide mask, don't need that, don't need that. You go on tab 6. And that is the bank. Let me just sell these 2 things. And because whenever you sell something, the item you get is stackable, goes in tab 1. Apart from that, because the tab is full, so it goes in miscellaneous. Remember, tab 2 is miscellaneous, tab 3 is other. Can I buy you some tabs? Someone did yesterday. So I only had 4 tabs up until yesterday. So I've got tab 5 and I've got tab 6, which of course are being used. Now you might ask yourself, Josh, what's in 7, 8, 9 and 10? 7 is bows, obviously. 8, 9, 10 and 11 are all empty. So it goes stackable, miscellaneous, other, uniques, gems, a bow. I am not taking questions at this time, but I will continue. I will return to the game as we should do. Deliver it to Waylon. Okay, cool. And a bow. Yeah, there we go. I don't know what else you guys want from me. Anyway, allow me to explain how I'm playing Path of Exile. Let me use this book of skill, and then I'll show you what I'm building into. The build I am using is called, is it minions or energy shield? If so, take it. I know it's not the snappiest of build names, but I must admit it is Also, I am very heavily considering getting Chaos Inoculation, because I think it could be really funny. The problem is, if I get Chaos Inoculation, first of all, I don't think I'm a good enough player to make that work. The second one is, with Chaos Inoculation, your maximum life becomes 1. Can I move the chat? Yes, I can. If you want quality, don't expect it too heavily from this stream. What the hell is this outfit? It's Yu-Gi-Oh! And underneath it says it's time to Yule, because it's a Christmas jumper. Here's what you get when you come to this stream. You don't have enough life to skip it. Okay, no, listen. Chaos Inoculation. Maximum life becomes 1 immune to chaos damage. Okay? The problem is, I'm wearing the Ghost Wraith Silken Vest, which converts 50% of my maximum life to energy shield, which is why I've currently got 2,000 energy shield. The problem is, if I make my maximum life 1, 50% of 1 is statistically just 1. So I don't think that would really boost my energy shield enough. I would need to boost armor and energy shield. Rounds up to 1. So that would be worth 1 energy shield. Now, some people have told me that the Ghost Wraith vest is not an endgame viable item, and I have chosen to ignore them. So I'm just going to keep going with this. I think Eldritch Battery is good, but you will have to get better on your gear. Just equip the vest before taking the passive. It's very simple. Anyway, I've got 1 point, and I'm going to put it into something, and I have been building up my energy shield mastery, so that's good. Is there more minion stuff that I could take? Aha! Energy shield stuff over here. Oh no, that's chaos damage. I don't want that. Energy shield. Let me just see what I'm missing. See, should I take Zealot's Oath? Life regeneration is instead applied to energy shield, because I'm not life regenning that fast. Nice. Act 1 flask in Act 7. Okay, look. I don't need to use health flasks that much. So, it should not matter that my health flasks are level 6 and level 3 respectively. I don't need that much life because I am either alive or dead. What I need is energy shield. So these 2 flasks I am taking purely for the aesthetics of taking a flask. It goes health, Quicksilver flask, which makes me Zoomy Boy, 40% faster for 6 seconds, then a mana flask, and then a critical strike flask, which I don't think is relevant to my build, but looks good. Okay, there we go. You cannot run Zealot's Oath while you still have life. That's true. That's a good point. Am I going to be making a build guide for this? I don't think that... I think this is too complicated for most people to understand. So, even if I told you what to do, I don't think you'd be able to run it quite well enough. You know, I mean, I respect you. I'm sure you're all very good players, but you have to have a very deep understanding of the game's mechanics to really, really get where I'm going with this. And I know that because I do not have a deep understanding of the game's mechanics, and I haven't got a fucking clue what this is. Okay? Like, if someone is much smarter than I am and looks at this and goes, oh yes, I get what you're doing there, Josh, I would be like, well, could you explain it to me, please? Use short, YouTuber-friendly words. Okay? If anything, get some crayons out. Please. Energy shield recharge rate faster. Good. Energy shield good. More defense, less die. Sweet. We're doing this. This is how it's working. Right. Who am I talking to? Enter some temple and save someone called Silk. Oh, by the way, if anyone understands the plot of Path of Exile, you may need to at some point explain it to me. Yeah, why am I asking questions? I've got it down perfectly. I know exactly what I'm doing here. The build, now let's be real, the build is sound, okay? The build is minions. Minions do the work that I would normally do. The build is skulls, minions, zombies, explosions. You know, the build is great. We've got the build down fine. It's phantasms. It's holy relics. Like, some of you are going to watch this gameplay right now and be like, oh shit, that's actually working quite well. I just need to occasionally focus on what I'm actually doing so I don't die. I mean, it's working. Build is fine. It's just a skill issue. Yeah, I mean, the stats are in the right place. The problem, it has to be said, is me. Like, everything else is working fine. This is like handing a Ferrari to somebody that can't drive. You can't say there's a problem with the build, because there isn't. It's hard to mess up a minion build, and yet, given enough time, I'm sure I will. See, you laugh at my level 3 life flasks, but did it not just refill my life? I think you'll find it did. Look at that, see, it's giving me a well to refill the flasks because it knew I was going to use them. That is a very good line in the chat. The risk I took was calculated, but man, am I bad at maths. You look rather dashing. Thank you very much. It's a Yu-Gi-Oh jumper. It says it's time to Yule on the bottom. Normally I would wear a shirt or a waistcoat. If any of you in the chat have seen the worst MMO ever series, that is what I normally make on YouTube. I'm more of a YouTube guy than a Twitch guy, but it's Christmas. So occasionally you got to unplug from work, step away. In fact, we were talking about this earlier. It's that weird week between like Christmas and New Year. What happens in this week? What is this week, you know? Does anyone truly understand what this week actually is or is meant to be? I don't think anyone really does. Nothing happens on this week. This is, I think it was Only Trails earlier that said it best. This is New Year's waiting room. That's what it is. We're all getting ready for the waiting room, but I think we've all collectively agreed as a society to just eat chocolate and cheese for like 5 days. I respect that. This is a week where we are all utterly unafraid of constipation. And we all very much embrace that. We're like, you know what? For the next week, we're just going to eat everything, bread and cheese. Everything that's left over, let's do it. Just made waffles. Guess what I got for Christmas? You got a waffle maker. Now, I don't mean to sound too adult, because I don't normally like this stream getting too adult, but occasionally I will approach adult topics, and some of you are probably thinking, oh, I bet he's going to talk about sex and drugs. No, let's talk about air fryers, okay? Because air fryers are amazing. I didn't think I'd be converted to the cult of air fryer, but I am. I will talk about the gospel of air fryers all day. Did any of you get an air fryer for Christmas? Holy hell, they are amazing. Someone said in the chat, is boobs an adult topic? Focus, all right? Boobs are temporary, air fryers are forever. Let's focus. Let's think about the important things that actually matter. Right now, that is how to cook food with energy-efficient, smaller ovens. I will never join the gospel of air fryers. Samuel, I've not banned anyone for a long time. Don't be the first. All right? Don't make me start that. That's not the energy that I want you bringing to this stream. We were getting on. We were all doing really well. Everyone's having a good time. We've got a minion build going on. We've got some Christmas chat. You can make homemade chips. You can. You make homemade anything. You fry whatever the hell you want. You live your best life. My air fryer died. Air fryer 1 died, so air fryer 2 could live. I do appreciate this build. What I need is I need a 6-slot body, a 6-linked body, so I can add more Phantasm support gems onto my... Because right now my Flaming Skulls are the only things without Phantasm supports. Oh, Toxic Rain Gem. Memories. Memories. Let's summon the big golden boy. I am a Guardian, by the way, which means that occasionally I'll summon that really big golden minion. And everything else will just... That's a lot of damage. That's a lot of things being hit all at once, which I appreciate. More airfryer talk. I recommend Unleash support for Summon Raging Skulls to more consistently have 20 summons up. I don't think I've got access to Unleash yet, but I agree with you. That is the right thing to do. If I can get Unleash support going on, I will happily use it. Why did I die? See, this is what I said, that health potions are pointless. I am either 100% health or dead. Now, that might be the fact that I am sacrificing that much of my mana. Let me just get some stuff back up. Hang on. There we go. Where are... Need some corpses. Give me some corpses. Need some zombies. Okay, cool. We're back up. Don't step on suspicious blue rings. Don't tell me what to do. You don't know my life. You don't know... I was going to say the kind of ring I like, but that would have been clipped by Visa immediately and then re-uploaded. So I'm not going to say that. That's going to remain a thought in my head and not be said out loud, because that could be used against me. Am I a voice actor? I was a theatre actor in a previous life before COVID shut all the theatres down. So if anyone who's new to the stream, I've always wanted to be a performer since I was a little kid. That's all I've ever wanted to do. I loved acting, I loved film, I loved theatre, I loved TV, I love all that kind of stuff. And I wanted to be an actor. So I went to university, I studied acting, I tried as hard as I could, I taught acting for a little bit, I was doing relatively well, I was making a living off it, and then COVID shut all the theatres down. Now what would happen is after I would come home from a day of learning scripts or a day of acting or whatever I was doing, I would play video games, MMORPGs. I loved them so much. But I realized that the games I was playing, they needed guides. I needed to know how to kill this boss, how to kill that boss, how to do all that kind of stuff. So I started making guides on MMORPGs specifically. A guide on how to play RuneScape, how to play Terra, that kind of stuff. And the guides did okay. I was using my skills as a teacher, I was using my very basic skills as a video editor and a script writer to just make what I thought were easy to follow guides for, basic simple stuff. I wasn't going too over the top, just, the majority of players can follow. And then one day when I was making these guides, I kept seeing these banner adverts on the side of my screen. Banner adverts for a game called League of Angels, and it looked awful. It was one of those horrible Evany style ads. It just looked dire. And I thought, it advertises itself as an MMORPG, but that has got to be the worst MMO I've ever seen. So I made a video called Worst MMO Ever. And it was about reviewing League of Angels, and it did relatively well. It was a good video, and from then on I just made more and more and more. Now because COVID had shut the theatres down at that point, and because teaching in schools, it's a steady paycheck, but it's not exactly enough, or it's not enough free time to allow you to explore a career in theatre as well. I thought, hey, when I make enough money off YouTube and Twitch, I very much need to just switch over and focus on that full time, because this gives me not only the joy of being able to play video games, which have been my hobby for years, but also it gives me the ability to use the skills that I've got, acting, talking, performing, writing, reading, analysing in a more consistent way. And now I am, as you said in the chat, now I am acting like someone who knows how to play Path of Exile, which I think is going okay. If I didn't explain to you that I have no idea what I'm doing, some of you might think that I know what I'm doing. I'm acting like a guy who understands how to play this game. I'm not. I'm a guy who understands how to summon zombies and minions, and they know how to play this game. Like the panic button is when I press R and Big Golden Boy comes to save me. Soon as Big Golden Boy comes out, you guys know I'm in trouble. Josh is the most normal theatre kid I've ever seen. You ain't seen nothing yet, to coin a phrase. Just hang around, I'm very weird. I'm wearing a Yu-Gi-Oh jumper right now. So, oh man, I got called out a few days ago. Full on called out. It was very annoying. I was talking to, I don't know if you guys know the streamer Larry Bundy, or Guru Larry. He has the, if you were in the stream about 2 hours ago, you've already heard this conversation. But like I explain every day, I have 2 hours worth of material that I recycle over about 6 hours. Most people don't notice because they're not here long enough to notice, but some of you for some reason insist on staying. And then you get more of the same thing repeatedly. I like Guru Larry. Well, I messaged Guru Larry and I said to Larry, we've been chatting. I said, yeah, I moved into a new house. I'm building a little gaming room. And Larry said to me straight away, have you bought one of those big square box display things that all the gamers seem to have? And I thought, Larry, don't assume to know my life. Don't sit there and assume that just because I'm an English YouTuber, I'm going to go and buy the big box display unit from IKEA. I don't appreciate you just thinking that you know my life. Yes, Larry, I did buy the big box unit from IKEA, but I don't appreciate you just assuming that I was going to do that anyway. The fact that he was correct doesn't make it right. Okay? Yes, I did do the thing that everyone assumed that I was going to do, but it's the audacity. That's what irritated me. It was the fact that he just called me out on it straight away. You're going to do this. Datlu, you've said this already. I'm in a loop. Yes. I've been streaming for 3 hours, which means that this stream is 3 hours long. What you're about to see is, this is a repeat. Basically, that's what happens, is these streams repeat themselves. I don't have 6 hours worth of material prepared for every stream. I can't even randomly make stuff up for 6 hours. What I can do is I can make stuff up for 3 hours, and then I can just kind of loop what happens in my mind. That's how I'm going to do it. Hang on, my minions seem to be doing something irritating. And oh, there's a thing there. Can I get that? Give me the thing. Haha, now I do the thing. It's basically a rerun within the same stream. I've got enough brain power to come up with 3 hours worth of discussion. After that, I just repeat it. Like I said, I was a teacher. I'm just teaching the same lesson again. That's how it works. I have a goldfish memory. I appreciate that. See, this is who I'm catering to. This is my target demographic. I missed the beginnings. That means I can see it now. Yeah, this is like more 4, or, you know, BBC 2 plus 1 hour later. You turn up to the stream. What I want you to understand is that no matter when you turn up to this stream, you're going to get the same stream. So it doesn't matter if you're here at the start. I will repeat myself later. Life is... I've got 5 jokes. I've told my 1 joke earlier. I'm not going to tell it again. You have to wait a bit for that. I will tell my 1 joke again, but you guys have to wait. New Game Plus stream. My VODs are excellent, to be fair. Let's be fair, the clip channel is only good because it's the highlights. If you had to... You guys are like sifting through the crap to find the small bits of gold, the small nuggets of gold that exist. Also, we got a shield earlier that I was interested in. There's a... That's crap. What about those ones? Dexterity, armor evasion, maximum life, 9% chaos resistance, 7% increased rarity, nope. And the shield, strength, intelligence, no, none of those are good. I mean, they might be. I don't really know what I'm doing, so I just assume they're not very good. First time here, you are hilarious, loving the stream. I mean, leave now and you'll have 100% approval rating of the stream. The longer you stay, the more it will go downhill. Just be prepared for that. Oh, some stairs. Down even further. And a level. Maybe I should do that once I've not being attacked. Hang on. Let me just kill everything first. Just put me on a second monitor, you'll be fine. I know my place. I know my place. I'm what you put on the second monitor. Because I know what you're doing. You're watching Netflix on TV and you're browsing your phone at the same time. You don't want to focus on 2 things. You want enough things that you can just jump from, you know, one to the other. I understand that. If you've got 2 monitors, put me on the second one. Minimize it if you want to. You know, just shrink it slightly so it's in the bottom corner. Have me on your phone while you're watching Netflix. I get it. The more I hear Josh try to scare viewers away, the more I'm convinced he wants everyone to leave so he can take a nap. Oh no, see, the great thing about this, Moist, is you're not wrong. But if I wanted to do that, I would just say, all right, bye, and then end the stream, which, as anyone who is a regular viewer will confirm, is exactly what happens. When this stream gets to the end, it's not really a kind of, let's wound it down, guys. It's just like a, all right, I'm done now, bye. And then we just leave. Then we all go back to our lives. That's what happens. Which means for me, I continue playing Path of Exile just without talking as much. I'll talk to my zombies. I'll, you know, talk to those guys. Make sure they're all okay. Playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Masters while watching Josh. Fantastic. Make sure you believe in the heart of the cards and you will be fine. What is my daily skincare routine like? Ah, right. Gore. Good question. So, what I do is I wake up in the morning and I have skin. That's pretty much it. Okay, so what I have started doing, because I've started aging, which I dislike greatly. The annoying thing is every day that I wake up, I'm slightly older than I was before, which is very annoying. So I've bought some kind of night cream that goes on my face. And that's great, that's fine. And then I drink water. But the most important thing, and you have to understand this, if you're going to be on camera, and if you're going to be in public, you're going to be on stage, the most important thing you can do for your skincare is makeup. Just learn how makeup works. Learn how foundation works, learn how concealer works, learn to match your skin tone with whatever the makeup, get some powder going on there, get a little bit of the liquid kind of makeup stuff going on. There we go. That's what it is. I mean, right now I am probably wearing makeup on the forehead for the light glare, and I think on the cheek, because when I woke up this morning, my cheek said, "Hey, I'm going to be red today." And I went, "I don't appreciate that, cheek. Here's some makeup. Now you're normal again. Now you look like my face normally looks." Also, the best thing you can do for skincare is sleep and water. That's pretty much it. That's it. I like my streamers oily and reflective. That's how I live most of my life. You know, oily and reflective is what I do. I've cheated slightly. Now, I explained this to people a few days ago, but I'll explain it to all of you now because it's important you know this. When I replaced my stream, I put my camera higher, slightly higher up than normal, which means there's a little bit of a tilt to me looking. I'm raising my chin more than I normally would do to look at the camera right now. And you know why? Because if I don't do that, you get that going on. You put your camera down low. Everyone has a double chin when you lower your head. Imagine joining the stream right now. Let's play some Path of Exile, shall we? And go through, open the bone chest. Pick up the trapper boots. Play through, explode the corpses. No, don't do that. Never take pictures from below. Take pictures from above. See? You go from that to that. You see? Got the jaw going on there. But that's because my head is raised slightly. People look at me and they go, "Josh, what's your secret? Oh my goodness. What's the secret to how you look?" Manipulation of makeup, lighting, and angles. Pretty much it. There you go. Learn makeup, learn how lighting works, learn how angles work. And you will thank yourself for it. Do I take collagen supplements? I don't, not yet, although I would happily consider it as soon as my body goes, "Hey, you're going to really start to feel that aging soon." You have the skill set needed to launch my OnlyFans. Well, I've put some weights in the garage. I'm going to start lifting, getting hench, as they say. I don't know if they still say that, but I said that when I was at school, so I'm just kind of sticking with it. Going to get swole. Going to get the guns going on, which is difficult in England because you need the license for it. And then all that, I'll just be playing Path of Exile while doing that. I have a civil engineering degree and I still can't figure out camera angles. So, learning how to manipulate camera angles and stand and stance and stuff like that is a really big thing. It's a really important thing. You know what I really like? This is something I really like. I think that people will hate. A lot of people, especially boomers, I don't like the generational divide too much, but I think it is apt for the discussion. This is more of a generalization, but unfortunately I've noticed it in my time on this earth be more true. The older generation tends to be more emotionally repressed and fall into the trappings of toxic masculinity far more. I believe that on average, when I've met older people, the ability to discuss how they feel, how they think, what's brought them to a conclusion, or admit that they were wrong it's harder to get through those barriers. People like to, rip on Gen Z all the time. Oh my God, Gen Z this, Gen Z that. You know what Gen Z are really, really bloody good at? Talking about how they feel and accepting others who feel different. I'll give them that. I'll give the kids that, man. I mean, I was a teacher for a long time. I'll tell you what, you can talk about how kids have got no attention span. You can talk about how kids these days are less respectful. Kids these days are actually a lot more respectful of their peers being different to them and not feeling the need or the desire to prove how much better or worse they are than anyone else. That is one thing that I think is very, very true, that I've noticed a lot. I'm very proud. I mean, I like to think my teaching helped a bit, and the boss is dead. Oh, so am I, nearly. I've got to actually focus on this boss for a second, so just give me a moment. Let's just see how fast... Okay, and deleted. That is how quick the bosses go down with this one. But no, I very much do believe that kids these days are actually very good at discussing their their thoughts, their feelings, their opinions, accepting people that don't think or feel or have the same opinion to them. I like that. It's reassuring as a parent of neurodivergent kids, without a doubt. What is my opinion on big-ass spiders in fantasy? Personally, absolutely no problem with it. I think it's really cool. I'm not a fan of spiders in real life. I don't have arachnophobia. I'm just not a big fan of them. Would it be great if you can have sliders to turn off phobias? This is where the millennial in me comes out. And again, I'm going to say something that people might find controversial, but it's important. 10% reduced damage or cannot be stunned? I'll go with reduced damage over time. That might be better. Talking about spiders and stuff, and things with warnings, filters, caution, this game contains this. Do you think that all games that contain potentially triggering things should be required to have a version that does not have that thing? Or do you think they should have that thing but just warn you that you might experience it? Because personally, I very much believe that controlled and safe exposure to the thing that you are scared of, with a decent enough safety net around you and a compassionate and understanding team of people to help you get through it, is important. Because you're not actually doing anyone any favors by completely avoiding the scary thing. It doesn't help anyone to effectively go through life never taking on the things that scare you. It's very important that if something is scary to you, if something is affecting to you, you figure out a way to deal with it. And I'm not saying chuck someone in the deep end and say, hey, this is going to suck, get used to it, because that's not the most effective way of dealing with that. But people often say to me, oh, that's heartless. I don't want anyone to be exposed to something that they're uncomfortable with or force them to go through a life experience that is going to be traumatic for them. But I would very much like people to have the skills needed to actually deal with those situations when they happen. I mean, there's a famous parable that I tend to refer back to quite a lot whenever I'm talking about this with someone. And this matters to me. This stream, by the way, this stream goes up and down a lot. We'll talk about serious topics, then we'll talk about dumb topics. Then it'll be really exciting, then it'll be really boring. And we go up and down. We're in the serious moment right now. But no, incremental exposure is, as someone in the chat pointed out rightly, a method in therapy, which is very important. I'm going to go and pick up whatever dropped over here because some important stuff dropped. When do we talk about tacos? That's after this. Don't worry. That's after this. But I very much think that, and this is the parable of a village being built at the foot of a dam. And every now and again, the dam bursts and the village gets flooded. And every year, the village will spend so much time, so much energy, so much effort on reinforcing the dam, reinforcing the buildings, telling people it won't happen, saying, don't worry, don't look at the dam, it's okay, you don't need to worry about it, we'll sort it all out when it happens, don't worry about it. But it will happen, it will flood eventually, guaranteed, it will. Would they be better spending the time learning to swim? I mean, you could move the village, that's fine, but would it be better learning and understanding that, yes, this dangerous, damaging thing is terrifying, it is scary, and it is, without a doubt, eventually going to happen. So instead of putting all of our energy and all of our effort into delaying the inevitable, it's very important that we learn the skills to deal with the situation when it happens. So I very much think that, I'm not saying that obviously, don't move the village, don't sort that. The parable, the idea behind the parable is there is a limited amount of energy and effort that you should put into attempting to prevent something, and then there is an amount that you should put into gaining the tools, gaining the experience, gaining the ability to deal with the thing when it inevitably happens. So I am not a big fan of snakes. Don't like snakes whatsoever. Sorry, if you like snakes, great. I'm not a huge fan of them. If I ever saw a snake in real life or I was approached by a snake, if a snake walked up to me and said, "Hey Josh," first of all, I'd think I was in a Disney film, but then I would feel comfortable kind of knowing what to do. I'd be okay saying, right, I'm not a fan of this, I'm just going to leave. I'm just going to walk off. But this is the question. Chase puts out a good point there. Why should it be on game developers to be responsible for that? If a game wants to have a big-ass spider in it, the game can have a big-ass spider in it. I think that there is a level of courtesy that comes with the developers saying, hey, just so you know, before you play this, there's a big-ass spider in it. Okay, cool. That way, people that can't deal with big-ass spiders have the choice about whether they want to be exposed to it or not. Should the game developer also have a version of the game that doesn't have a big-ass spider in it? Well, if they do, it's no longer the same vision of the game. It's no longer the same idea the game developers have. It's also effectively saying to that person, hey, I know you're scared of spiders, so instead of ever having to deal with that, we are just going to make it so you don't have to deal with that. And I think this is what it comes down to. And again, speaking from a teaching point of view, the biggest issue that I see, and this is both with the older generation and the younger generation, is the inability to deal with scary, damaging, dangerous issues and the desire that they just get removed before you ever have to deal with them. The biggest one that I see is people don't know how to deal with losing or being wrong. So many people have absolutely no clue how to deal with being wrong. And it's not like being wrong is the worst thing in the world. You can point out someone's wrong. Have you ever pointed out someone's wrong and had that person then be annoyed at you? Not annoyed at themselves because they were wrong. Not, oh, thank you for telling me the correct answer, now I know. But legitimately annoyed at you for pointing out how they were incorrect. And they often say it's being disrespectful. To the point that, you know, it's disrespectful to point out how somebody is wrong. I need a corpse. So, can I not cast? Give me a corpse to cast. There we go. Cool. Happens all the time. Beat for beat, man. Isn't that just arrogance? There's a level of arrogance to it, without a doubt. There is a level of arrogance to it, but it's very, very difficult to find. And again, this is about finding those coping mechanisms. If you put forward a thought and somebody else comes forward and explains that your thought is wrong, it actually does. It requires a coping mechanism for you to say, oh, okay, I was wrong. That's a coping mechanism to do that. That's a skill needed. Because if you don't have that, if you don't have the ability to process your own incorrect opinions, that's when you start to get people who are defensive, not of the opinion being correct, but of them never being challenged. Yeah. That's just one of the ways that I point out for it. These difficult things and scary things will exist forever. I think we need to give people the ability to learn coping techniques to deal with those problems as and when they happen. I'm not saying throw people into dangerous, damaging situations and, you know, chuck someone in the deep end of a pool and say swim. No, do go through the process of learning to swim with them. But if someone's terrified of something, help them become less terrified of it, because I think in general we are scared of what we do not understand. That seems to be one of the biggest things. Like the old saying, travel is the antithesis of bigotry. If you are forced to engage with people that are different to you, often if you're forced to engage with different cultures, it's very difficult for hatred to force itself to be maintained through that. It's very difficult to continue to hate something or to be scared of it if you understand it. I mean, if you hate something for legitimate reasons because you fully understand it, then great. There's an old psychological parable called, I think it's called Chesterton's Fence. Correct me if I'm wrong on that one. But Chesterton's Fence is the idea that if you see a fence in the middle of a field and you don't know what that fence is for, don't tear it down. Only tear it down when you absolutely understand what it's for, and you know that tearing it down will not have any negative consequences. Because some people say to me, I've got no idea what that's doing. Get rid of it. I'm like, okay, if you have no idea what it's doing, let's not get rid of it. Let's wait till you know exactly what it's doing or not doing, and then get rid of it based on when you can guarantee that getting rid of it won't change anything. Because like you said in the chat, that fence might be keeping out the giant spiders. That's a great way of putting it, Job, actually. Avoiding what you don't understand never leads to growth. Facing what you don't understand and learning and changing as a human is one of my favorite sayings. It is a painful process, but it is not destructive. Chesterton's Fence is about programming as well. So, Elandra, amazing advice for programmers. People say, I don't know what this line of code is doing, therefore I'm going to remove it. Okay, so if you don't know what that line of code is doing, don't touch it. Because I guarantee it's doing something, and the moment you take it away is when everything will break. You need to understand what it's doing before you get rid of it. Okay, so the Merciless Labyrinth has... I think it's in Act 9. So we need to get to Act 9 before I can do that. I've done the other two labyrinths. Although I might go through again at some point. Just for funsies, you know. I fired people for deleting code they didn't understand. Yeah, if you don't understand it, don't touch it. Just don't touch it. It says on it which one is missing. It does not. It does not say. Act 10 Ossuary. Ah, right. Okay, cool. It could be there for a while. Right, we're in Act 8. Find a way through the sewers so you can search for the moon orb. Will do. But first, I have a skill point, and it is going... Where is it going? I was starting something. I've got a minion offense thing over there. I could do an extra 250 minion accuracy rating. I've got a load of refund points, so I can refund all these at some point. This is the best act if people can teleport you lot. No, I'm just going to run through it. Run through the whole thing. I've got a point. Where do I put it? What do I do with it? There was an energy shield thing somewhere. We were building up energy, weren't we? Increased minion accuracy, increased minion accuracy. There's a jewel there that's not doing too much. Ah! Energy shield mastery. Here we go. 6% increased maximum energy shield. And then energy shield, energy shield, energy shield. Let's just build into that. Yeah, cool. Let's energy shield defense. We're building into defense now. We kind of need to build into defense. Am I running a build of my own design? Yes, I am. That's why it's so random. So yeah, that's my opinion, is that when you say, what do you think of big-ass spiders in games? Should they be there? Yes. Should people be warned that they're there? I believe that's a courtesy that won't really affect the creation of the art itself. Should they be removed for people that can't deal with them? This adds into a bigger conversation of how do we give people the skills to deal with things they're uncomfortable with. Did I try out Spectres? Yes, Spectres, I've currently got 2 going on right now, and they seem decent. I've got 2 just kind of hanging out with me. I think they are the fly Spectres. But the Spectres are good because they give passive buffs to the other minions, don't they? What do I think of creators using shorts to grow on YouTube and Twitch? Do I think they're detrimental to long-form content? So that's really interesting because I'm part of the subreddit called NewTubers. And NewTubers is all about learning how to be a new YouTuber. And people give advice all the time on what they think is good and what they think is bad about being a YouTuber. And one of the most common pieces of advice is use shorts to grow. Because people watch shorts, they're easy, they get loads of views. I have a slightly different opinion on this. So, the people that watch shorts may not necessarily be the same audience that are going to want to watch longs. Just because someone watched a 20-second clip of you doing something and then liked it, does not mean they're going to want to watch a 20-minute video of you doing something. Sometimes the audience for shorts is just, we really want to watch some content quickly. That can just be it. That can be the whole thing. And you don't need anything any more, any less than that. It's just that. But I feel that shorts are almost a trick with growth. As in, they trick the people making them and the people watching them. Just because 1,000 people watched your short does not mean that 1,000 people are going to watch a really long video about a similar subject. Shorts are just easy to watch. I'm also dying a lot here. I'm not sure why. Am I poisoned? I think I'm poisoned. And I think I've managed to just about even out my poison versus everything else. Let's get Big Boy out here. I will continue to chat in a second. I'm just really focusing on making as much progress as I can, as quickly as I can with this. I've probably missed a couple of really important things. But I want to get 4 more seconds, have we? 2 seconds? 1 second? Okay, there we go. We got some stuff. Did we get some uniques is the question. No. Shame. Okay, cool. Right, what are we talking about? You got a lot of company there fighting for you. Yeah, pretty much. I decided to just do a minion build, so everything is about 100% minions. It is all minions all the time. Am I still in the moon thing? No, I'm not. Oh, here we go. Cool. Let's start adding some boxes here to try, if I can, and trigger as many things as possible. I don't know if I'll be able to get this box all the way over here, but this was the one that I didn't get yet. Yeah, I'll stick it there. That's fine. Cool. Let's blow that up. See what's going on with this. And then we summon a load of raging skulls, and they go and do all the fighting for me. Let's throw all this out. Right, what were we talking about? We were talking about something. Something important. Something probably very important. Reminds me of my Necro character in Guild Wars 2. Forever running around with just undead fighting for me. So much easier when they all fight for me. Oh, hang on. Died nearly over there. Oh, new tubers, that was it. Shorts. Just because somebody watches your short doesn't mean they're going to want to watch your long video. They are two very different demographics. Imagine that you started a YouTube channel all about fishing, and you've got the best fishing content you could ever possibly want. Just fantastic, amazing fishing content. And then when you've got a couple of 100,000 subscribers, you switch, and now you only make content on tennis. And a load of people leave, and you're sat there thinking, why didn't all my subscribers stay? It's because they stayed for a very specific thing that you were providing. And when you stop providing that, they have no reason to stay. Subscribers are not all equal. When someone clicks that subscribe button, they're not saying, I am going to watch everything you make ever. They are saying, I like where this channel is going, please keep doing this. And when you do that, when you get people that like how your channel is moving and you keep doing that, you have a successful YouTube channel, and it keeps going. Yeah, one viewer can also generate hundreds of times as many views. Yeah, that's true, because you can just watch a short multiple times. So there is definitely a kind of follow over thing from there. Hey, a large passive jewel. Sweet. Cool. 11 passive skills. 2 passive skills are jewel sockets. Add small passive, grants 12 increased lightning damage. I'm not doing lightning damage. That is irrelevant. What about that one? Oh, large cluster jewel, but it is normal. Can you use an orb to make a large cluster jewel rare? I think we should be able to go up to that. Is it what's the orb of something? Upgrades a regular item to a rare. Are there any unique large cluster jewels? But increased elemental damage won't affect your minions. That's true. That is very true. So it'll keep the same inherent things. And a 2-stone ring that gives me energy shield, life, regenerate life per second. That's not the worst ring in the world. And I do like the look of the kite shield. They're required in special ways. Ah, okay, cool. They're unique clusters, but you won't find them randomly. Okay, you've got to do a specific thing for them. I got it. They drop when you do the delirium. I will do lots of stuff. No, so to me, it's YouTube will grow if you find something that you enjoy making and make it for a long time, repeatedly. You just sell some stuff.
Greetings.
Not to you.
There you go.
To you. Spell damage is not useful for what I'm doing. These gloves might be. Now, I don't think there are any gloves with too many kind of minion bonuses on them. That's all I'm particularly bothered about. So, unless that Cobalt Jewel has minion. 7% increased energy shield might work. No, none of these are really necessary. That's bad as well. Unless these gauntlets are really good. No, they aren't. Normal gloves should aim for resist and life modifiers. Josh looks naked without the uniform. That's true. It's true, I do. I'm sorry. I am sorry that I don't have the uniform. But we'll get it back soon. Let me just use my... Right, let me bank some stuff. Okay, tab 1, stackable stuff. If it stacks, it goes in tab 1. Apart from the things that don't fit in tab 1, which then go in... That can be sold. So, stackable stuff, tab 1. If it doesn't fit in tab 1, it goes in tab 2, which is miscellaneous. If it doesn't fit in miscellaneous, it goes in tab 3, which is other. Tab 4 is uniques, 5 are uniques, and 6 are gems. And that ring can be sold. Josh, you should consider incremental exposure for the stash. Like I said, I'm just going to throw you guys in the deep end. You're going to deal with it. That is how I bank things. Nope, that doesn't go there. It goes in tab 1 because it stacks. It works perfectly. I saw a divine. Yeah, I've got a divine thing down there. There's a divine orb over in the corner. I don't know what they do, but I got one. So we have a divine orb. Apparently they're rare. I think I got that in Act like 5. And that was on my other character. That was on my Toxic Rain build. Don't know what it does. I've also got some Exalted orbs, and I've got some kind of Val orbs as well. Some Chaos orbs. There's lots of orbs that we've got going on. I don't know if they're rare, or necessary, or needed, but we've got them all. Use them for advanced crafting or trading. Does not matter if you're solo self-found. Fantastic. Playing for a year and haven't dropped a divine. Oh, I'm sorry. My bad. Did I miss another character swap? You did, Inju, but this one is much, much better. This character is so much more efficient and more fun and faster and just good stuff. You know, just really good stuff is going on with this one. So we get all of the skeletons going on. We find a couple of corpses and get seven zombies. Then we also get 2 spirits. Yep, we're still on 2 of those. We get the big regal boy, and then we run through, and I use the corpse explosion to make these guys super fast, and then this happens. It's pretty much just a run through build now. See, look, enemies are probably tough, but just melt the boss, we're fine. Keep exploding things. We get some phantasms which come and support as well. Spirits in the corner flying out. Just good stuff. Good, healthy stuff. Josh, you're making me give PoE a try for the 5th time. Maybe I'll get further into the game. The best way to get to the game is to stop caring about being good at it. Just build what you think looks fun. I am back at the start. I should probably... I'll do the Wildwood. We'll do a bit of juicing in the Wildwood. See if we can get some nice bosses. Some nice rares. Always wander around till you find one of the trails of bits. It's weird, whenever you don't find the trail of bits quickly, is normally when you start to get the really good stuff early on. We killed King in the Mists earlier, which was good. Not the full hardcore boss, just the kind of regular King in the Mists. No, this is just... Ah, Primal Huntress, hello there. I did defeat the Black Morrigan. You going to sell me some cool stuff? 13% chance to gain a power charge. Projectile barrages have no spread. 6% chance to suppress spell damage. That could be useful, actually. Gain 4% increased attack when you kill a rare or unique enemy. 6% chance to suppress spell damage. Currently, I do have some wisps going on. I've got some charms happening. People keep saying loot filter, but I think we're doing okay. We're getting fine. We're through there fine without the loot filter. Pick up some more of these things. Just following the wisps, seeing what we get. We might get nothing, you never know. I don't think I'll find enough wisps to buy any of those good charms. I mean, yeah, maybe in the future I'll have to admit that I'm wrong. We spoke about learning, we spoke about growth, becoming a better person, and maybe I will have to admit that I'm wrong, and that I need a loot filter. But until that day happens, until that day, not wrong. 100% right, all the time. It's not really worth buying a charm from them yet. Someone complained, I saw on Reddit, saying that the woods were really hard to navigate. I'm like, that's kind of the point. You're kind of, you know, you're lost in the woods. That's the design. What's going on with the HP meter? Do you mean down the bottom left with the amount of shield I've got going on? You don't need life if you've got enough health. Sorry, not health. You don't clip that. You don't need life if you have enough energy shield. You don't need life if you have enough health. That is my Path of Exile pro tip for you right there. Everyone say hello YouTube, and then your name will flash up on the side to the left, and then people on YouTube will see the clip and they'll think, oh man, I should go to the Twitch stream and experience these clips live when they happen. And then people will come to the stream and they will be very disappointed. And thus the cycle continues. That's how we roll here. That's just what happens. Into the cauldron. Turn the valve. Is there a boss? I'm going to summon an absolute ton of things. Let's see how fast this boss can melt. Alright, she's dead. That was quite a fast boss melt, you have to admit. The fact that the bosses give me chance to build up all of the skulls that I need. It's good. Someone in the chat's like, that's actually quite good. Yeah, this that build wasn't bad. Thanks, I appreciate it. See, I'm not always terrible. Sewer outlet. Aha, the waypoint. We are going, I assume, back to the person. Am I still hoarding uniques? It's not hoarding. It's storing uniques. I am storing them. Like, I've got Life Sprig, the wand. And next to it, I've got Life Sprig, the wand. I'm storing them. Like, look. They're being stored. Is that a unique? Yes. Look, wide swing. What happens if I lose wide swing? I'll tell you what. Not much. I've got two. What happens if I lose craghead? Nothing. I've got two. What happens if I lose feast bind? Well, I've got its brother, famine bind. Am I going to use any of them? No. What happens if I lose Dodri's elixir? That's a serious question. If I lose Dodri's elixir, what happens? I have two more of them, just in case. So there's three. Will I ever use them? No, because they remove your energy shield on use. But I've got them. Just in case. This health flask recovers that much life over 4 seconds. 1,990. My current health flask recovers 250 life over seconds. I should probably change those. There we go. I've updated. I've upgraded. And you all thought I couldn't. Am I keeping the requires level 3, recovers 150 life over 3 seconds? Yes. That's staying there. That's staying there. Oh, beautiful. You get to do an unset ring with a socket. That could work. Maybe it's good. I don't know. Dexterity, intelligence, fire damage, maximum life. No. Sell that right back to you, my friend. Some of the chat's gonna be like, no, that was a really good ring. It wasn't. Stackable things go in the stackable tab. Should probably take some stuff out of here. Probably don't need the blueprints there. They can go there. Blueprints can go in the miscellaneous. No, the other tab. I've got some maps, by the way. I don't know if they're good or not, but I've got a couple of maps, including a map that was rare. And just basic stuff. But I got one rare map. Dread Coffers. I don't know if it's good or not, but I got it. And a rare map. Or an uncommon, a blue one, if we will. Need to finish the campaign to use them. I'm getting there. I'm pushing through the campaign. Got a little NPC over here to chat to. Sup, Clarissa?
Exile. See you.
Good chat. Same time next week. Map rarity is just difficulty. Make any map rare with an alchemy orb. Oh, can you? Sweet. I didn't realize. See, I'm learning. I'm learning all these things. Anyway, guys, I have currently been playing for 3.5 hours, which for me is a long time because I talk for a hell of a long time. Mugluck. Mugluck has raided 4 minutes ago with a party of a... Well, fine. I'll play longer. Damn it, Mugluck. Just... Oh, God. That is such a you thing to do. Now I've got to actually keep playing. Hang on. Fine. Fine. Just for you. Just for everyone from there. Everyone from Mug's streams. Good evening. Welcome. How are you doing today? Hopefully you're having a lovely time. Mug's a lovely chap in real life. Right, back to the Toxic Conduits, off to the left. If you've not played Path of Exile before, just believe me when I explain to you that this is one of the best streams for it. Like, why do I sound so much like Matt Berry? I think it's because Matt Berry is also British, and that's kind of what you're basing that off. Right, so we have to go this way. Retrieve the wings of Vestiri from the undying Tector Titicus? Yeah, Tituus in the bathhouse. Okay, cool. Let's go and have a bath. Hoarder stream. You're a necromancer now. I'm not a necromancer, I'm just a really late cleric. That's what it is. Because technically I am healing these things. I just have bad timing. I'm a Templar, but my god's love extends to everyone. Especially flaming skulls. So if there's a flaming skull around the place, my god's like, yep, on board. These ghosts, however, these are the wrong type of ghosts. Now, we have no love for these ghosts. And I have my big golden boy. The only thing I don't like about my big golden boy is how slow he is. I'm a healer surrounded by dead. Look, necromancers just want to raise a family. That's my other joke. That's the second joke that I've got. You're welcome. We are peppering this stream with jokes. If this is your first stream and you come back for a second stream, you will hear that joke again. You should use Convoke so he can keep up. I thought about that, but then I didn't do it because that seemed like work. Instead, I'm just going to let him lumber around. I'm actually so lazy that if I need my big golden boy to be here, I will just re-summon him, and then he can just be here instead. No bone to pick with the Necros? Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. See? Classic jokes all round. Good-natured. Good-natured humour. That's what you get in this stream. Ah! Angry person that makes me run through things fast. Let's do this. In we pop. Maybe don't stand on the red. Running through. You get extra time for actually killing things, so I'm running through as fast as I can with my little hasty potion. I think we might be about to kill as many as we possibly can. Are we close to killing them all? Sweet! We've killed, I think, all of them. Excellent. Good stuff. Everything died. Let's see if that was worth anything. A Zoomancer. Yes, that's what we are. We're a Zoomancer. Oh, good. We've got more life armor. Fantastic. Nothing else. Maybe a wand. Because we're zooming. That's what we're doing. I still don't quite understand exactly how that mechanic works, but that's the great thing about this game. I don't need to understand how most of it works. Yeah, zooming, but you also have a zoo. The zooming, that's what it is. Zoomancer. That's perfect, actually. Zoomancer is how we're building this. And we pop in here again, and we just summon even more of you. And then off we go. Summon a ton of flaming skulls. Off we pop. Maybe we'll find some stuff to kill. Maybe not. Who knows? Just melt those guys. Melt these guys. Oh no, die. Yeah, my weakness with this build is death. It's quite common, provided that I run into the damaging area. I think the unfortunate thing is that sometimes I have to do mechanics. I don't like that. I'm not a big fan of that. Pick up the stones of passage and bring them to a red door to open it. That, again, sounds a lot like you're asking me to do mechanics, and as you can see from my build, I'm very much not a fan of that. My main solution is it dead? If not, can I summon more flaming skulls? If not, it's not got health. That's how it works. Ooh, a falling staff, no. Because if I'm summoning enough skulls and it's not dead yet, clearly it's not an enemy. Will you get the Chaos Inoculation passive? Everyone does keep asking me to do that. Does the energy shield stop elemental attacks? Is it only chaos that it doesn't stop? Because some of you have been saying to get this inoculation passive. And damn if it don't look good. I've always said the only bit of health that matters is the last one. Okay, hang on, we're just pushing into the... I'm just following my zoo here. Let's just follow the zoo. And then occasionally use the explosion ability to give things even more speed. Aha, is that a trail of wisps I see? I believe it is. It is a trail of wisps. Let's keep going. Chaos Inoculation late game tech, need to combine it with other items. Ah, so I wouldn't be able to use it now. Okay. I don't think I've got the correct body armor to really take advantage. There we go. More enemies. I'm kind of using my minions to help me find where I should or shouldn't go. We're not juicing this map fully, but it could be decent. There we go. A couple of extra things. You could use it, you'll just die all the time. Ah. Well, that's the trick. I die all the time anyway. So it would be no different to me. Better to go back to life base until you get enough chaos res to not care that much. If I make another character, which, let's be real, I'm going to at some point, I will focus on not energy shield, but just life. Just straight up life. Everything is life, defense. I got a really good shield on my solo self-found standard witch, which had like 100 life regen per second or something. It was insane. It was really good. But they are, of course, on a totally different thing. So it wouldn't be the same. Yeah, big boy life build. That's what we could go for. Yeah, I got a really good, like a legit good life build. But I can't use that. Can't use that same shield on this one. Oh, good, we leveled up again. Let's try and find where the Val end bit is here. Summon the big boy. In we go. Here we go. Here's the boss. Let's see what we can do. Oh, no, I thought that was it. Maybe they're over here. Because we're looking for that... looking for that Val cache. What happened to the max defense build? But he couldn't kill anything. And then I went for a max aggression build and they died to everything. So my build skills were questionable. I realized that I was building too much into just be really good at one thing, when what I should be building into is be quite good at everything, but also really good at one thing, which is what I'm doing here. Are those gloves any good? Intelligence, energy shield regenerates 20 life per second. That's decent. 100 energy shield, lightning resistance. That's not the worst pair of gloves. That's decent. In fact, it might even be better than what I'm currently wearing, which has got 9 armor on it. Oh, I can't modify the sockets. Oh, that sucks. Because at the minute I'm going with a pair of gloves that have 9 armor. Although I do get 11% increased cast speed, which is honestly the only reason I'm going for it. Finally caught you live. Is there a possibility to see some more Guild Wars 1 action? Look, the problem is that I like so many games. I like Path of Exile. I like Guild Wars 1. I want to play Baldur's Gate 3. There's so many games that I want to play on stream that I've only got a limited amount of time per week to stream. And I've only got a limited amount of time kind of per month to make videos. So I try to make videos on as many things as I can. I've taken a bit of time off just for Christmas and moving house. But once the whole house move thing has been settled and sorted, it's been much easier. Aha! A unique Warhammer. Make me happy. Tell me it's a good one. Lavinga's Wisdom. 200% damage, life, mana, reduced movement speed, increased area of effect, and increased area damage. That could be interesting. So you go slow, but big bonk stick. That could be a big bonk stick thing going on. How do Val orbs work? Ah, right, gotcha. So what you want is somebody who understands the game, and that is not me in any way. Maybe these gloves might be good. Okay, so intelligence, energy shield, regenerate 20 life per second, maximum mana. Regenerate life is decent because my life is dire. So a regen build might be a good idea. Just a big fan of Guild Wars 1. Hey, Guild Wars 1's great, man. Guild Wars 1 is great. Do I prefer playing those games on your own off? Yeah, I do. On my own pace, I absolutely do. With Val skill, it can be Valed, change the entire thing, level up or down. Okay, cool. So it's just like a maybe it does something, maybe it doesn't. Let's just level up, because I was leveling something up. We were leveling up 20 to maximum energy shield, 14% increased energy shield, and 10% recharge rate. That goes to 2,350. That's nice. Then we'll take these, and we'll go with... Ooh. We'll go with that one. Just more energy shield. More energy shield makes more gooder not dead. You know what I do want is this one. Grants armor equal to 25% of your reserved mana, because I have a lot of reserve mana. He has 100 stash boxes full of unique and still doesn't understand the game. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I've got no idea how it works. I mean, I'm sure there's going to be people who are way better than me who have ridiculous amounts of time in this game who still have no idea how it works. But we're up to level 66, which is cool. You should start mana stacking. It's fun. I will have a look into stacking health on my next build. Hey, first time catching your stream, discovered your YouTube channel a week ago and love the worst MMO ever series. Well, thank you very much. I have currently moved house. Obviously, it's been Christmas. We've got New Year coming up, so the videos have been slightly delayed. The main channel, JoshStrifeHayes, with the MMO stuff on it, that will continue forever. I love making MMO stuff. The second channel, JoshStrifePlays, about retro reviews. The next one of that's probably going to be Dawn of War, the first kind of Warhammer 40k tactical game that did well. There were Warhammer 40k games before that, but I think Dawn of War really took off and made an actual big cultural impact. And the clip channel JoshStrifeSays is just fun. That's run by Visa. He's a good lad. I like him. He did a really good job with that. He makes me look really smart and intelligent and clever and, you know, really refined, because it's just the best of the best in that channel. When you actually sit and watch the streams, you realize that most of the time I've got no idea what I'm on about. Anyway, guys, I've been streaming for 4 hours. I am tired. I need to go and continue building this house. Well, it is built, but I mean like building IKEA furniture, and grab myself some dinner. So, hope you all had a Merry Christmas. I will see you again before New Year. Take care. Good night, and God bless.